podcast. I'm in max. Pursuing the RPG hobby with reckless abandon.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. We are here. And welcome to One Shot Saturday. This is the second game today. And welcome to this new group. And this is Wes Otis, and he's going to be GMing for us. And he's a whole lot to tell you.
A ton. Because not only am I teaching, you've played Fate a while ago. Yeah. Everybody else is a newbie, which is great because that means that I can go over the rules and you guys can kind of see what Fate is all about. It's a storytelling system where you get to, invoke aspects of your character. Aspects are the most important thing because they tell you what your character is. They are short statements. So, like, Cinder has political dissidents wanted by the Harmonium. I'll get into all that later, but
into it already.
You can say, I'm a political dissident, so I get a +2. I'm going to pay a fate point, which are these lovely green chips we're going to use, and they'll hand me a fate point, and then they get a +2 to their roll, or they can re-roll. Re-rolls are tricky, though, because fate dice will fuck you. They will screw you bad. When you roll them...
Not the good way.
Yeah, not the good way. If you as a player roll a -3 or a -4, then a re-roll might be a good way to go. But if you roll a decent thing, use the +2, and you can stack aspects. So if you can come up with a good reason why, you can use several different aspects, and you have the coins to do it, you might as well, do it.
And that's how Help a Player is going to work, if you're familiar with that. With your beers that you earn in the chat room, if you want to help one of us out, you can buy those, and you will get one of those cool tokens for whoever you pick.
Right. And also,
you're going to repeat all this again later when I totally don't remember any of it, right?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
And plus, there's a cheat sheet right next to you as well.
Yes.
Because we all need cheat sheets.
Yes.
The older I get more cheat sheets as we go along.
As a fourth grade teacher, I totally agree with that.
Yes.
As a high school teacher, I totally agree with that.
So the next thing is compels. So compels are things where I or anyone at the table can say, I've got this coin, I know you have this aspect, and it's going to screw you. If you take the coin, then I get to narrate what happens in this situation. Okay? Now, you as a player can say, fuck no, here's a fate point to stop that. Or you can take the compel, because failure is fun,
Yes.
and you can watch what happens in the game as it unfolds. Skills work. They give you, if you have fight at +3, you add that into your roll, then you can add aspects on top of it. Stunts, and don't worry, I know I'm throwing a lot of information, and we will re-go over all of it. Stunts are...
Drink more tequila, it'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Stunts are specific things with a skill that you can do that sometimes break the rules. With these characters, you have things like, what's a good one? Like backup weapon or specialist, and all of the stuff is on the back of the character sheet.
Yeah.
So something like backup weapon means that if you get disarmed, if they use a defend thing and you get disarmed in a game, you have a backup weapon. So somebody without that stunt would not have a way to deal with that situation. So stunts are connected to skills, and we also have extras because we're playing each person has one extra, and it's like a little far, like one person has a ring of protection, another person has the fire genasi can fire a firebolt. These are things that kind of break the game or are magic or stuff like that.
Hooray.
So let's talk about the characters real quick and which characters you guys want to play.
All of them.
All of
Yes.
them.
All of the above, all at once.
The best one.
And as I explain each character, I'll actually also go over where the character comes from in the setting, because if I try to throw all the setting at you at once, Planescape's a really big setting.
Right.
That would be disastrous. So real quick.
He thinks we're dumb.
He's making a good
No,
assumption.
I'm
correct.
I'm trying to make sure
Drunk
that
is different than dumb. I'm just going to differentiate.
I'm trying really hard to make sure I remember everything, and I haven't even had the tequila.
I know.
You know. So Planescape is huge, but we're not going to worry about literally 98% of the setting. We're going to set this game in Sigil. Now, Sigil is a city in the center of the Outlands, and if you think of it like a tire, Sigil is inside the tire. And so there's buildings above you, there's buildings below you, they're on the side of the walls, and as you're walking towards, let's say you're going to a building that's above you, as you're walking, you'll reacclimate gravity-wise, so it always feels like you're walking on a plane, even though you're not. Magic. Magic.
I belong to the Flat
No,
Sigil Society.
I thought this, I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, I'm not going for that joke, and you went for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If there's a lower joke, that's where you'll find me. Like underneath it, lifting it up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like, here we go.
Jason is always on the lowest plane of jokes.
Yes.
So the reason it's called the City of Doors is because you can use magical trinkets to open portals to the Abyss, the Happy Hunting Grounds, all these different places that are these infinite planes with the gods and everything else. We're not doing any of that this time because this is a one-shot.
Yeah.
And I want to introduce the setting and have a little fun, and if we did all that, it'd be insane. The reason I picked Fate Core instead of doing D&D, this originally came out for 2nd edition. I could have easily made 5th edition characters, but I didn't. Yes, you can make a group that does, you know, an urban game, and you're doing like a theft game or a crime game or a police game or whatever with D&D, but you're adding a lot of rules on it. And for this particular game, I wanted to kind of streamline things, and Fate Core allows me the options to do those. I love D&D. I just wanted to do the setting without, you know, making first level characters for everybody, especially since right now we're only doing this once, so you know, it makes sense.
Characters can't do anything.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to go through who the characters are, and then you guys can look at them and wrestle what you want. All right, so first up is...
I don't want to arm wrestle Kimmy because I don't want to make her look bad because I'm so big and strong. And it would just be embarrassing for her.
Yeah, that's totally how that would happen.
Yeah.
It's better to just admit that we're both not arm wrestlers.
Yeah,
and just say we're gonna.
That is the truth.
I taught you how to lift heavy things.
Yes,
I
you
have
did.
faith in you.
Yes.
For the record, Kimmy could kick Jason's ass.
Yeah, was that ambiguous?
I've got a 14-year-old that can kick my ass.
Saying some people can't read subtext.
Yeah. You know, for those people listening to the podcast, you couldn't see all our faces.
Right.
Yes.
Because we all laughed at you.
Okay, so Cinder's the first character. She is her high concept. Each character has a high concept, and that's an aspect. Everything can. That's another important thing. Everything can have an aspect. So there's situational aspects like, you know, wet floor or whatever, and that can come into play. So like if it's wet floor, I can compel, hey, Tilleen, guess what?
What?
You're trying to run across the floor.
No.
You know?
Snip and crash.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take it. And then something bad happens.
Right.
So she is a political dissident that's wanted by the Harmonium. The Harmonium is this group of basically law enforcement in Sigil. There's the Harmonium, which is the law. There's the governors, which is the courts. And then there is the, I'm blanking, the Fated, which is basically the banking industry. So they're the lawful, I'm not going to say good, they're the lawful they're the lawful
Faction?
factions that keep
Authoritarian
the authority.
oppressors.
Yeah, they kind of keep the
Can you tell I
city.
spent my morning protesting?
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of maybe connections as we're going through to the real world.
Yes.
Maybe. So her family had a really popular business. It was gaining a lot of money. The Fated decided they wanted to take it over, so they offered them a below purchase price. They're like, "Hey, we'll give you this much gold," and the dad was like, "No, I don't want to take it. We're doing well," and so the bank, which is owned by the Fated, found a way to make sure that the payment for the loan did not arrive on time. Then they foreclosed instantly.
That's a Shadowrun campaign.
Right. And then they took the business.
Okay.
And that's how she became who she is. So that is her. You
And
guys
that's
can,
a fire giant?
Yes.
Sort of
Someone
a
else
sort
can
of a
look at it.
yes.
flamey aspect, one might
And
say.
so her
It's
extra
upside down. I'll put it this way so people can actually see it. There we
her
go.
extra is a fire bolt. That's during fire. Fire
Where's
good.
it coming
Fiery.
Her finger.
From her aspect.
Her aspect. Nailed
Jason,
it.
that's not a lesbian half orc. I don't think you can.
Yeah,
play
I don't
it.
think it's not in your
Well, I
wheelhouse.
don't think there is one in the stack of characters, so...
He'll just
Well,
channel that internally.
I put the possibility of lesbianism in the character. So
Well, I think that is in
Hand it
every
straight
character.
to Jason.
Yes,
Just- yeah.
Jason.
I think every character can be.
yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
Well, that,
Absolutely.
I'm sure people are reading that.
No,
Okay, so
I don't think they can actually read it. They see
no,
it.
they see it.
I mean, it's a good camera, but
Do you
maybe
put it
if they
straight,
have a giant
cast
screen.
it to your big TV,
Yeah,
and
and read the character sheet.
We'll wait.
So the next is
The chat room said you need to be the lesbian. I'm
well,
just gonna say.
next is Canton Bray, which
That name sounds
he is a
right.
tiefling. He is a tiefling, and he has a huge ego. And he was doing a job recently. He
Sorry,
keeps doing these.
What are his abs like?
As perfect as you want, or
Adam.
as
That's Adam's character.
as perfect as you want. I'm fine with that.
cleared my throat.
It's almost like we know each other and what we play
So-
every time.
His high concept is self-absorbed pickpocket.
Oh.
Okay,
But with abs.
Yeah.
with
Oh,
abs,
Well, then we.
And a tail.
and-
right,
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh.
and a tail.
Tiefling, or Tiefling, or I don't know which way to say it, but yeah.
I always said
Tiefling, tiefling.
I always say
Yeah.
tiefling.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. We all
Yes.
understand.
It's
each
a
other.
big made-up word that you can pronounce any way you want.
Yes.
So he was actually left to die in the Hive, which is this horrible place, and was saved by the local soup kitchen. A woman named Alicia saved him and raised him as her own, and she's always very worried that something horrible is going to happen to him. So his extra is he got a ring of protection from her that gives him bonuses against attacks. So when you get your defend roll, you get to add in a bonus because you have this magic ring.
That's pretty sweet.
So that is Canton, and all of these characters are interconnected, obviously. Celia Selm is a barrier. A barrier is a half goat, half person. They tend to be like, she's 6'1"
Excuse
and
me,
720 pounds.
Goats are people too.
Well, she's at least half a person, definitely.
Yes.
When the half that is goat, is it cute internet goat or like ugly like nature show goat?
I think it's whatever you want it to be. Whoever's playing it makes that decision.
And can I clarify? Is it top half
knew
or
it.
bottom half?
I knew you were going to ask that.
Well, I wasn't going
It's-
to ask. Is it left or right half?
I knew you were
It's
going to
it's
ask.
the top half is the human.
Top half is human.
That's
lower
very
half is goat.
disappointing.
Okay.
Because the other way around would just look kind of weird, I guess.
And I don't know if you said...
BoJack Horseman.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
There's actually, for those who know the character Longshot from the Marvel Comics, he had a sidekick that was goat-headed man. Sidekick, but
And this isn't just like a satyr lower half. It's like a
It's
a
an
centaur,
actual
like
centaur.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, interesting.
Four-legged.
Yeah.
Okay.
Full on
Yeah.
hoppy internet goat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had an awesome pet goat in our Traveler game, and Dave killed it.
Oh.
Uncool.
He gave me a stuffed goat later to make up for it.
Such a jerk.
It's not the
It's not the
same.
Same. Not the
That's-
It's
same.
not
Yeah.
the same as my internet goat
Yeah.
in the engine room.
It's almost worse when they try to make it up.
Yeah, Dave. 6 years later, I'm still bitter.
It's a bitter pill to swallow.
Kadave did that?
Yeah.
So Celia
Thought he was a
is
good guy.
her extra, or her high concept is,
Is that the goat person?
this is the ghost
okay.
person. At the Hall of Records, a hired sword. The Hall of Records is the place where the Fated Factyl is headquartered. And she has started working there. Her father actually passed away after getting attacked by the Harmonium. And she has no clue why, but lately she's been seeing these injustices kind of pop up, and she's getting more and more politically involved against her mother's wishes. Her mom's like, look, keep your head down. You don't want something horrible to happen. So her, and she's actually in debt to the Fated, but we'll get more into that later. Her extra is knockout charge. So there is no miniatures, right? But there are zones. So if she is in one zone and the enemy is in another zone, she gets to do this crazy galloping charge and run into people.
Actually awesome.
And you get a +4 to your fight skill when you do that.
my
So it's
I love
pretty, it's pretty, you know,
Excellent. Well
it's
done.
pretty boss.
High five on that.
Jason.
That's awesomeness.
Oh,
So
boy.
there you go.
Now I'm having
Oh,
difficulty.
Jason. No. It's so
Rylus
This is a difficult problem.
78234. Rylus was part. Okay, so Mudron is a dice-looking creature with it's. If I can quickly find, it's basically a dice-looking creature with metallic legs and arms and a big face on one side, and they live in a plane called Mechanus, where everything is extremely ordered. It's kind of
Mechanical.
it's like Mechanus or something.
Yeah.
Don't think about it. Just let it.
Mechanical.
Just keep going.
just let it happen.
Yeah.
Just let it happen. So, but every once in a while, these two orders from two different older, boss Mudrons will hit, and then they'll go rogue, and they'll suddenly see the chaos in the world, and they'll go away. They'll get exiled, and that is what this creature is basically. He's 10 years old. He is in Sigil. He has made friends with Canton.
But with like an adult level intellect.
Oh yeah,
right? Yeah. Okay.
Well, I think of him as like a mixture between like Data and the Rogue One robot, which I'm forgetting what.
K2SO.
Yeah, something
Wait,
like that.
is that the sarcastic one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sarcastic
What?
robot is a strong choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So his high concept is confused Modron assassin, and he got into the hive and got hired by people because he's 6 feet tall and like 700 pounds, and he can do. You give him orders and he goes and he does them. He's very analytical that way, but sometimes he forgets what his orders are, and he's full of confusion. I may have spelled that wrong. Doesn't remember. Don't remember my objective is his trouble. Everybody has a trouble. Your trouble is your thing that obviously it's very self-explanatory. But his extra is clockwork timing. He can go first. He can pick someone else to go first and wait. The way that it works is everybody gets a chance to go. So if you go first, if you say, "Oh, I do this thing," then you can pick someone else, and then they're the next person to go. But you have to pick the GM at some point. A lot of times you think, "Oh, put the GM at the end," but that can be not good. So he is definitely. kind of new. Like he's got a really high fight score. He has lore. He knows a lot of things. He has a lot of book smarts, but not necessarily street smarts.
Mm.
Okay.
So visually, I'm just trying to picture. He's essentially a giant
Cube.
die.
Is a
Yeah.
cube with arms and
with
legs.
mechanical arms
Yep.
and legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a spindly sort of thing, or more humanoid.
He looks like, I found one quickly.
Hooray!
He looks like that.
Oh my gosh!
Here, hold it up in front of this camera. Oh my gosh, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
He looks like
it's
that.
actually really cute too.
He
is.
is.
He's 6 foot tall, exactly.
Aw.
And he's
Precisely,
like
yeah.
700 pounds.
Nice.
And and we'll get into more of why people have been hiring him to kill people.
I know this doesn't matter, but do Modron eat or drink or?
That might matter.
It matters to me.
Yeah.
I think that I'm going to say honestly, I don't know. I
Yeah,
haven't read
okay.
anything, but I would imagine that they would have some kind of. I don't know if it would be food, but I mean oil
Yeah.
or fuel or
Battery
something.
charging
Battery-
station.
So
Okay.
So this is very important to determine whether or not this character would be one that I might pick. If there were other Modron, would they consider Rylus to be sexy
Or the sexiest.
or the sexiest?
Does
They
he
are-
have abs like
Does he
spray
have-
painted
Does he have
on?
Yeah,
abs?
are there like Modron abs?
Are there
Precise.
little
I
squares raised
have not
like
weighed
pips on the edge of the die?
like pips.
Yeah.
No, he's got these beefy legs. they're
He's
like
he's got like
Now,
he's got like a
We live-
boxcar's abs.
I will
hips.
say that
Oh, this one doesn't have 6.
I have not weighed into Modron fanfic, so I'm sure that somewhere out of there,
That's
6 pips.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Six
sure that
packs,
somewhere
right?
out
Yes.
there
That
there
is-
is.
Beautiful.
And it's a fake core
he
game.
have
I
6
am if it helps
Six pips.
if it helps with the story, then sure we can dive into that. But I don't think so.
Sorry.
No. It's funny.
Rule 34, don't fail me now.
well, you said it, so now it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you say it.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
Come
down
on,
the
there's
rabbit
there's
hole.
raptor there's
Modron
raptor
porn.
romance
Oh,
novels.
yeah. I mean,
Right?
It's not a stretch.
Yeah.
People will take anything.
Yeah, I think
They will.
literally.
I think a lot of us are very lonely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very, very low. You know, I really want to do an Amazon Kindle book. What should I do it on? Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's time for that Modron erotica.
Everyone's
I think
crying
that's
out
big
for.
money
if
maker.
we're being honest, hasn't it been time?
It's clockwork time.
Oh, yes.
It's clockwork time. Yes.
All right.
So, with all
Jason
of this
was on the
in
bottom
mind,
of that joke, propping it up.
I know my place.
with all of this in mind, I know I just threw a ton of information at you. Go ahead and pick which characters you think you
I'm
want to
torn.
do.
Lesbian, 6-pack, goat, and robot with sarcasm.
yes.
And the goat actually, I think one of the,
Goat Amazon.
yeah, she has like, one of her things is she thinks Cinder is awesome or something, so she's infatuated with Cinder.
Oh.
So,
All right.
now
we
you can play that any way you want,
Sure,
but it's
yeah.
there.
Could be hero worship or
Yeah,
sexy
whatever.
times or whatever.
I,
Oh, go ahead.
Do the
Go.
thing. You are the
You.
new player at the table, so
Oh,
do you
yeah?
want to go
Yeah.
first?
do I get to choose
Adam
first?
and
Yeah, do
I
your
and
thing.
Kimmy live here.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's
yeah.
I'm still
Hard.
moving in, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty much.
We go to the
Small
basement and
for-
plug in at night. Like
Yeah.
we're automatons. So, our-
Yeah, it's a 3/4 basement, so it sucks.
yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Just rats.
I could do goat person. I could do sarcastic robot, but I don't want to step on anyone's toes. If anyone has a strong feeling,
No.
Does anyone have a strong feeling?
does anyone have a strong
I'm
feeling?
between the Genasi and the goat. That's kind of where I'm fluctuating.
I'm fighting right now between my immediate instinct, which is hot troubled dude with abs, which is like my nectar, and sarcastic childlike robot assassin, which
pips.
is with pips, which is like this is nothing like I would ever play. Maybe I should. So I don't know. So those are my thoughts.
Okay.
I'm fine with any of the above.
All right.
Really, they all sound like they could be easily
I
a
think-
lot of fun.
So,
really do.
what do you think?
How much do you want pips? Like
it's
on a scale of 1 to 10, is it higher than a 5?
It can't be higher than
not.
a 6.
My bad. My bad.
It's a fucking die.
High five for that. That's nice.
well played.
Thank you.
Yes.
I don't get them often,
I
but
can
every
see
once in a
you're gonna
while.
be good at this.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. This is
It's been a great show.
Enjoy the meal.
literally
All right.
nothing better that can be said. We're done here.
And good night.
I mean, I've been running a lot lately, so I'm tempted to, I'm kind of.
Oh my God, just
leaning-
grab something, guys.
Take your abs.
I want abs.
Do the things.
Yes.
We
abs.
know what you want.
You know what I want.
So sarcastic
Take it.
robot for
So
you then?
sarcastic.
Okay.
Sorry,
robot.
internet.
This
If you
is
wanted
tough.
me to play
Tough
away
for
from
me.
type.
Yeah, I'm good with either one. Yeah, pick.
You were pretty excited about that political dissident.
But I also am excited about a goat Amazon. Like, that's also
man.
very...
That one
too.
that can charge and do
Yeah.
tons
That's
of
pretty
damage.
awesome.
So I really am
Yeah.
fine with either one.
All right, well, I'll take the flame hair, and you
Okay,
take the
I will
goat.
take the goat
Okay.
Amazon. Okay.
Okay, cool.
For you, Dave. For you.
Okay.
Ghost's gonna have his revenge.
Yeah, maybe your goat didn't die. It got in a situation and got shunted to this alternate dimension where she's
Yeah.
become this
Amazon.
Yeah.
kick-ass warrior.
I'm good with this.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
A combination of my interests, Wonder Woman and goats.
Right? Yeah.
It's a thing.
Wonder
They
Woman
feel
and
very
Goats.
connected to me.
Right? Yeah.
Yes.
Wonder Goat.
Wonder Goat, yes.
I'm actually surprised DC has never made that because they did do like a line. I think during the 70s they were like, we sell more comics
Yep.
when we put apes on the front.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a thing.
It's the furries.
Yeah.
So I notice here that my skin is crimson.
Yep.
Am I human or am I?
Do you
oh
have
no,
the-
it's
Oh,
tiefling.
tiefling.
Right,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yes.
It's tiefling. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
you
right.
You got
tieflings, for
devil
those of you
blood.
who
Kind of
don't
forgotten
know,
about
have
that, yeah.
just a bit of
Yes.
demon blood. So
Yes.
they have the horns and the tail and
Right.
the smokiness.
You should look up some pictures. You'll be glad you did.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Tiefling six-pack.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Ding.
Go.
Done. Okay.
Yeah, there's rabbit holes all over
Oh,
the
yeah.
place.
And there aren't rabbits in them.
Right. You act like I already don't have a folder on my computer of half-naked tieflings.
No, of course not.
We're all just being polite about it, really. We're just not bringing that up. We do have a bunch of helpful players.
Okay.
I generally wait to announce them,
But this is taking so long. It's like the war. This is the War and Peace of
No, wait.
introductions.
We're only 30 minutes in.
Yeah, we're good.
This is completely reasonable.
Yeah.
So Jen Human bought helpful players for Taylene, Vanquish Your Enemies.
There you go.
Yeah.
Adam, because tapestries. Jason, because it's probably not okay when you need it. And Kimmy, because I am a wonder.
Yes.
And then Sagrito bought them for Taylene, because we love new players.
Yeah, we do.
Why-
There you
And
go.
Adam, because I can't give you any as a GM.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. Who is that one from?
That was Sagrito.
Sir Guido. Thanks, Sir Guido.
The best.
Yay.
And
Thank you guys so
Jen
much
Human.
for doing that.
Is
That's
one?
really
Thank
cool.
You guys.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. So on your character sheets, there is this thing in the corner that says refresh. This is nothing like Logan's Run. But that is the number of fate points you start with. So some of you, because of stunts, you pay refresh for getting stunts. So some of you have 3, some of you might have 2.
Okay.
So Talene, what do you got?
I got 3.
Excellent. So those are yours.
Wonderful.
Where it says
And you,
refresh.
sir?
You got 3.
Excellent.
Canton.
And it's right. I think it should be in the corner.
Here?
Oh, it's down
That's
there?
right, okay.
Jesus.
That's fine.
I'm totally wrong. 3. Excellent. There you go.
My
2,
hero
please.
named James.
All right. There you go. You guys are, so Sigil is this huge city, but you guys are located in the Hive. It's the worst place. It's where basically the poorest of poor people have to live. It's not the greatest. There's puddles of ooze that boil, and sometimes hands shoot out from them and grab onto people as they may, if they're new in the city and they don't know what they're doing, they may get grabbed and drug into this oblivion of pudding hell. Let's call it pudding hell. But
Low
there
carb.
is most of it's low carb. You could go to pudding hell.
Thank God. I am so tired of cheese. I'll never be tired of
No.
cheese. I'll
Yeah.
never be tired of cheese.
It's kind of the worst of the worst place for people to have to live. Most of you, 3 of you grew up here. Not Canton, the Fire Genasi, and I'm blanking on names all of a sudden.
The chat
Cinder.
room has
Cinder.
yes, the chat room has named me Godazon. So
Godazon.
that is my new
Your new thing?
species.
That's fine.
I'm
Godazon
calling it
is
Godazon.
perfectly fine.
Because I can pronounce that, I can't pronounce this one.
Yeah, Barrier is out.
Barrier.
Godazon is
in.
in.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Yes. Godazon. That's awesome.
Not goats there.
Are you? Yeah, exactly. I was thinking, are you the gatekeeper? Are you the gatekeeper?
That is good.
Come on, chat room. You let me down. For the last time.
Not the list.
So
gonna
Cinder
keep coming
actually
back.
was quite rich when he grew up, when she was growing up, and when the Fated took away her family's business, they lost everything and had to move into the hive, and haven't recovered from that. Your character has been basically working at the Hall of Records, and Cinder, you were all friends, but Cinder really is kind of pushing for some kind of payback to the Fated. Now she's kicked this off to all of you, and I'm going to allow Adam to kind of, you've got Cinder, correct?
No, I have Canton.
Okay,
have
you have
Cinder.
Cinder.
Yes.
I'm going to let Jason kind of kick this off. You guys are all together at this bar. Why am I blanking on so many things all of a sudden?
It's the curse of that chair.
It is the curse of this
Yeah.
chair. So 1 second.
You fire hair? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are at the Red Lion Inn, which is it's in the clerk's ward. Actually, it's in the bazaar ward near the hive. And it is the place where basically the Freedom League, this factile that isn't really a factile, it's people who don't believe in the different ideologies of the current factions. And it's basically a revolutionary hub where people talk about ideas of how to
Sure.
take down the different factions.
So I assume we're singing our opening number.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
A one.
So make sure and take a look at your backgrounds and stuff and kind of get an idea.
I'm completely ready.
So
What's
the hive
going
is
on
like
here?
A slum,
Bam, bam.
Yeah, it's a
basically?
slum. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a total slum.
Okay.
And it's the morgue is there, the mortuary is there, where they basically, bring out your dead. They bring all the dead to there and incinerate them or send them to the plane of fire.
Yeah, gross.
Yeah, it's fun. But Cinder has been pushing this idea to the 3 of you of how to get back at the Fated for what they did. And then what I figured is you guys could role play a little bit after you've read your backgrounds.
Yeah.
And then we can, as you have questions, I can answer them. Just like any other game, there's scenes. So once you guys feel like you've gotten to a point, we'll just call it the scene and we'll move to the next scene. Okay?
Okay.
So you're in this tavern. It's the Red Lion Inn. You're drinking beers and having a conversation.
Okay.
With Kimney's character, how do you pronounce the name?
Surlia?
Surlia, yeah.
Surlia? Okay,
So
Surlia.
Surly.
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 Surlia.
Surlia.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be my motivation right there.
Yeah.
Surly goat.
And
Surly
what's the tiefling's name?
Canton.
Canton.
The hero of?
Ah.
No. All right. That's just me. And Rylus.
Rylus took his unit number because he used to just be 78234,
But then I got a name.
and so now it's the surname.
Oh, I see. All right.
Yeah. I come from a long line of 7, 2, 8, 2, 3, 4s.
Well,
My
just,
family tree. 7, 2, 3, 8, 4s on this side, but surprisingly 2s
The
on
first,
this side.
the first,
Yeah.
it's a brand new logic fork.
that'd be the family pylon, or
Yeah.
They said there's an imaginary number mixed in there somewhere, but I don't believe it.
Boy.
We're
We're
all
here.
integers.
We're here till 8 o'clock, folks.
Yeah.
Till 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
We're here.
Be sure to tip your server.
Yeah.
Right?
Good news is we got all the good stuff out right at the beginning, so
Now it's a slow,
It's all downhill.
Right, yeah.
downhill spiral. All right, so
Hopefully you're drinking with us.
you're you guys, like I said, you're having a few beers, and you're talking about all the things that the Fated have caused. Now, as we're doing this, if you want to ask me questions about your characters, about your backgrounds, I can fill in the gaps.
Sure.
You know.
And we've known each other for some time.
You've known each, like,
Yeah.
Rylas has only been around for about a year. He's the new
Kid on the block?
kid on the block, or the block on the
block
kid.
on
The kid.
block of
The
a
block
kid.
on the kid.
The block and the kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
So.
the kid.
The kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a
Dun, dun,
ghost.
dun, dun.
So
Yeah.
many puns.
And I think I've even put that
It's
in your
gonna be a good
background, that
game.
like you've been in the hive since you were a kid. So things you think about.
Yeah.
Nice.
Juicy.
So
So Surlia and Canton were childhood friends.
Okay.
So that's what
In
it's
the
written down
hive.
there?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's written down here.
You can't deny that.
It's on paper.
Right. So yeah, it must be true. So
and then you've become friends
With
with
Canton.
Canton, right? And you're kind of infatuated with
Yeah,
Cinder,
so Surly and I know each other.
right?
Wait, so I'm obsessed with him. Or with her.
Her.
Right. You have a one of your concepts, I think, is
Yes.
you find Cinder.
Maybe we should read.
Do you want to read through your aspects, and so you can get an idea?
Sure.
Yes, I think the aspects that's a good thing for us to share out
Yeah,
loud. You kind of talked through them, but I think just like
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
in our own
Yeah,
voice
to
is
give a little bit
helpful.
of that background.
Yes.
Yep. Go for it.
So I am Sir Leah, the Godazon, and
Sounds like an '80s group.
I know. Yeah. Hall of Records hired sword. My trouble is I'm in debt to the Fated. Cinder is my addiction, which is how it's written, which is an interesting way of phrasing that. False justice murdered my father. And then I'm Canton's conscience.
that's
Okay.
me because
Yeah.
I don't have one. Consciences are overrated.
Yeah.
Jason, you want to?
Yeah, sure. So the also just kind of a little bit of how this ties in is this factual Rowan Darkwood guy from the Fated is the one who foreclosed on my family's business. and
Right.
is the reason why we're broke. And so there's just like a little bit of this that is worth reading. So a family was ruined. Since this, Cinder's only focus has been revolution, bringing down the Fated, which you're in trouble with, or don't think highly of. And the Fraternity of Order and the Harmonium is the only way. So bringing those down is the only way to free the people of Sigil, which is important to Cinder, which also might be why anybody cares what she has to say. It's like she's like, hey, let's just burn it all down.
You're a real firebrand.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm really sorry for that one.
Or are you?
Excellent.
Not really.
Wait, I don't get it.
That was dad joke number 342
Today.
today.
So my aspects, my high concept, political dissident, wanted by the Harmonium. So I'm picturing this also like fairly charismatic, would have been a merchant, sort of like a
Right.
freewheeling, merchant, negotiator, all that kind of thing, but is now putting her talents towards politics, or at least anti-politics. Trouble, drinking helps my genius. So
Nice.
I like
You
that.
have the tequila.
there
Yes.
we go. It burns. And aspect, I will set fire to the system, perhaps literally.
Yes.
Also, I know that Canton can help the revolution, and something is off with
Hashtag
Rylus.
resist.
So those are my aspects. I'm not sure how to invoke that sort of thing, but
Well, once we get into it,
Yeah.
we'll go through how aspects can be like compelling some stuff where you're like, something is off with,
oh right,
Rylus,
okay,
and
so
maybe
then I
she,
can make something happen.
yeah, maybe she pays you a point to compel that so that something interesting happens between the two
So
of you.
we
Sure.
can compel
Yes.
other people?
Yes,
other
absolutely.
players?
If you have, you
Okay.
can. Yeah, it's called the fate economy,
Yeah.
where the coins just kind of go in circles around the
Oh,
table.
so if I compel Talene to do something with Rylus, does she get that coin?
She does, or she can pay a coin
okay.
to tell you go fuck off.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, yeah,
and then
yeah.
I get that coin.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So I thought it would go to you, and
No,
then you.
no.
Okay.
I only have, and I have a set amount of aspect of fate coins that I get to use, which is 1 coin per player. So I get 4 per scene.
Yeah.
So if we're in a new scene, I get all my coins back. But then once I use all my coins, I have to
Yeah.
wait for the next scene to happen.
Yeah, I think it's probably also worth noting. I don't know, Kimmy, if you want to do yours too, but like my top 3 skills are lore, empathy, and will. So, very much the sort of rabble rouser.
Right.
My job is to drink and know things.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Nice.
That's what I do.
The empathy is to get people on your side.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah. like
your
it.
life could be a lot better if
So-
these people would die.
Yeah.
Sort of a Alexandra Hamilton.
Yes. Yes.
So Adam, if you want to know.
That makes me the Lafayette. So my aspects, I have a nice ass and pecs. That's not actually on there, but
Ass and pecs.
Yes.
I get it.
you get it.
Yeah.
You get it.
Wait, I
You
lost
just
it.
have
No.
it back.
High concept is self-absorbed pickpocket. This is not going to be a problem for me. Trouble, Xandar's men are looking for me. So, and this is something from the backstory. One night while attempting to rob Xandara, who's a rich titan who deals in gold and blood, my crew was made and I'm the last man standing. I've retreated to the hive where I hope Xandara's men won't go.
Right.
So, so
They won't go
Xandara.
in
Now
there.
you see
I
it.
don't see what this is.
Ooh, okay, cool. So other aspects, I'm the calm in the storm. Life is too short for caution, and there's never enough gold. And my top 3 skills are burglary, deceive, and stealth.
Also, I should jump in and say Kimmy's top 3 skills are fight, fight, and fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fight, physique, provoke.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I said.
Nice. Yes.
And then athletics, context. Oh, and empathy then.
Yeah. Way down there
yeah,
at the bottom.
Yeah. So middle of fight, start
Yes.
fight, finish fight.
Yes.
Those are
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Uh,
And cool. And I have stunts always a way out and talk the talk.
Right. You know how to escape really well.
yes.
you
Yeah.
are
I'm
Lafayette.
good at getting out of things. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
I don't have any stunts. That's interesting.
Aw.
You don't have a stunt?
Mm-mm.
It's
Down
not
the
on the
back.
back seat?
Well, I have like an extra.
yeah.
Oh, but you
Oh.
didn't get a stunt.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all right because I'm fancy.
You're
You are
fancy.
fancy. You do all your own.
Is that
You do all your own
dancing counter?
Uh-huh.
Oh, not dancing.
No,
Dancing.
daisy.
Prince, my goat queen.
No, don't look at her. Oh no. We've been taken over.
Clip clop your way to victory.
You galloped your way into my heart. There will be a game at some point.
I don't care.
We'll get there.
So Rylus,
However you want to say the
Yes.
fantasy name I made up with
I'm going to
just
just say
letters.
it however I want to.
7,
Change
8.
it every time. 7, 8, 2,
3,
3, 4.
I should have made it
7, 8.
6, 7, 9, 2.
7, 8, 2, 3, 4.
Go ahead.
High concept. Confused Modron assassin. So I'm
Nice.
confused. Trouble. I don't remember my objective. Kenton is my target or my friend? What?
Can he be both?
Because it turns out I work for this dude named Xandara.
Whoa. Uh-oh.
You're lucky I'm confused. There is order in chaos. The world must not fall into order. That's my stuff.
The world
Nice.
must not fall into order.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the character's very confused, basically.
I'm confused, but I'm going to be real
You're a
sarcastic
friend,
about
but
it.
are you the target?
Yeah.
Are you?
Well, we're
She
up
said-
against the Fraternity of Order, so
Oh.
this is
the Faded and the Fraternity
Yeah.
Order and all these.
we're
Yeah.
on the right team.
You're like a robot middle school student who just wants everything
fit
to
in.
be terrible, and you're just.
I wear black.
I am against everything, and I was built by order, and I will tear it down,
Oh God.
and I
was-
will watch porn.
Wow, that went somewhere unexpected.
Not really that unexpected.
Somewhere I wanted to not expect.
Oh. I never asked my middle school students, but it just was one of
Please-
those things.
please no.
Maybe don't turn that so loud in the bathroom, please.
Oh God.
We know you're on your phone. Sorry. Continuing with the game. I'm going to stop.
The good old days when you had to find a Playboy in a dumpster.
Right. And your teachers couldn't hear it from walking by in the hallway.
Oh my.
Continue.
How do you smell like trash? Don't ask.
What else do we need to know about Rylus?
Yeah, Riley.
I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
covers
that's.
it. I mean, the skills are fight, lore, and will,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
I've no empathy for anyone. Empathy's not on here.
No,
Don't
no.
bother.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I like it.
yeah. No.
Feelings.
Empathy is not something that a
Confused robot would be on board
No.
with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
There's none of that. All right, so you guys are in the inn and speaking and talking and doing all that good stuff, and now you know a little bit more about your background and
Okay.
Yeah.
your aspects. You work at the Hall of Records, which is owned by the Faded. The courts are run by the governors. The barracks are run by the Harmonium.
Okay.
They all work together. The Mercy Killers own the prison. So these are basically the lawful factions that are controlling that basically enforce laws and push people down on the rung of society. The Free League, the independents, they are always on the radar of the Harmonium because the reason there's factions is the hope is that if you get enough people in your faction, you then change the actual city. The city buildings will move around, and belief actually changes reality. So these different factions will try to get more people into their ideology. Well, the independents don't have a factal. They are not. All they want is freedom. They're not really concerned with any of the rest of it. And so the hardheads, or the harmoniums, as they're called, will come in and attack a lot or try to raid them and come up on trumped-up charges. And I think right now, since we've spent so much time talking about all this, that's what's going to happen.
Okay.
Okay.
The door burst open, and all of these men in red armor just come charging in, saying, "Everybody on the ground! This is a raid! Nobody move!" Right? And portion. I was going to use Stampede, but then I remembered we have a bar here. A portion of the people run out towards the back. Now, you have perfect timing. You know,
I do.
you see every second go by. You know how everything works as your stunt. Now,
Yep.
to use your stunt, you have to pay a fate coin, though. That's an important thing
Okay.
to remember. So, do you want to use that, or do you want to just hold on to?
I'm going to hold on to it for now. I'm
Now.
going to let this play out.
Let this play out. Okay. One thing, and it's cool that you're holding on
I'm
to it.
confused.
It's cool that you're holding on to it, but make sure you're spending fate points.
Sure.
Because if you don't, you will fail horribly a lot.
Okay.
So, what we're going to do is the room is cut in half into two different sections. You have the front part, and then you've got the bar in the back with all of the liquor and all that good stuff. right?
So sad for everybody who can't see Talene's robot.
Yeah, Talena's doing a great robot.
It
Fully
is.
committed.
Yes.
This will
Fully
be
committed.
for the next 3 hours.
2 hours later, oh, just stop.
I don't know when to stop.
Well,
I'm confused.
if it helps, I am flexing my abs for the entire show. So
Are you
Like
my
it-
friend or my target?
yes.
All right. So, I'm going to say that the door bursts open, and that's my move. Is them coming in and say, "Everybody, get on the floor." You know, we're looking for suspects. Nobody move. And then a bunch of people start running towards the back. I am then going to pick Canton. I'm going to pick you to go first.
Okay.
What is your reaction to this?
Just as a quick
Go
pre-note,
ahead. Go ahead.
Cinder was like one leg up on her chair, like basically freestyle rapping as these guys busted in about.
I'd like to hear some of the rap.
That's not going to happen. I'm going to save everyone from that situation.
Oh.
But
Let me give you a
Riley's
beat.
I'm not going to do it. Because my character knows how to do something that I don't. So that's a thing.
I got the horn section.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, tiefling joke.
Oh, double horns. You both have
Oh,
horns.
Yeah. I was doing my hope stomp.
So you're
This party is
you're
so
Chicago then.
Yeah.
I can count to 10.
All right. So what do you do, Canton?
First of all, I just kind of lightly kick the chair out from under Cinder's foot to
Lightly?
make sure get you
To stop rapping.
get you on point. I think it's time to go, friends.
Okay.
And
We can go out the back.
You can't do that. I'm gonna lose it every time.
I want you to do it in everything you say.
I want to create a distraction.
Okay, that's called creating an advantage.
Okay.
Okay. So what advantage do you want to create? Now you're in a bar. There's creating an advantage is basically like I kick over a table to put it in their
Yeah.
way or something
Okay.
like that, and then it becomes an aspect that you guys can get a free invoke on.
Okay.
So if the table's down, you can say, well, I want to use the table to get away or whatever. So that's what creating an advantage is.
Okay.
Okay.
So what kind of advantage would you like to create?
Let's see. I would is the I would like to. You make things burn, right?
I can.
I want to
I know where this is going.
We are player characters.
right? Yeah.
Murder hobos!
Burn the thing.
Yeah, I guess I don't want to burn down the
You
tavern.
totally can.
I will set
You have
fire
no
to
moral
the
standards,
system.
and I haven't told
You
you
could-
otherwise.
Right.
You could compel my aspect.
I
will set fire to the system.
You know what? I'm going to do that.
That's a perfect example.
But
But first thing you want to do is create the advantage.
okay.
So what you're going to do is you're going to basically, so you're going to knock over some bottles of liquor.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
See, I
yeah.
thought that's where you were going. You're
Oh,
going to
no,
grab
that's-
liquor, and what was your thought?
Yeah.
What
No,
was-
that's a great idea. I was thinking I just tell Cinder to
just
burn things, but
smash a bottle of liquor
yeah,
at their feet.
yeah. I think I just grabbed 2 bottles of liquor and just kind of push
Yeah.
and smash them together.
and just throw them, and okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So
Move, X-Lax.
I did it on purpose.
So you break open these bottles and you cause this thing. Now,
Yeah.
you have just gone and you've created this aspect, which is booze on the floor. That's our
okay.
aspect.
All right.
Okay? Booze on the floor. Now you get to pick who goes next. If you want to compel him, you'd pick him and then give him one of your coins.
Yes.
And then then you compel
I am
his advantage.
compelling
aspect.
you to set some fire to the system.
Okay. We don't need no water.
The roof.
Yeah,
Roof,
I think so. There's all that booze over
Yeah,
there.
he threw a bunch of booze on the floor.
Yeah.
I've got this shot that I've been
And
holding.
there's broken glass, too.
That I haven't actually got around to drinking. The shot in my hand.
Right.
So I put my finger in it.
Right.
Light it on fire and throw away my shot.
Right. Because
Nice.
in the future, he's going to be the best bartender ever.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna throw away.
So you throw it. Now, the aspect changes from booze on the floor to, oh, fuck, fire.
Yeah.
Okay. So a fire happens.
Do I need to like pay a?
Um,
to do a
what
thing?
did you? Was it you did a firebolt on it, or?
Well, no, I didn't want to do firebolt because I'm not trying to like set the whole thing on fire. I just want to like start a small fire in this. And
Then for
take
story
advantage
effect,
of
we're going to
that
say
aspect.
fine
Oh,
and not
okay.
worry about it.
Yeah. All right.
That's perfectly cool. All right, so now there's this fire going on. You now get to pick who goes next.
Probably. Oh boy, I wonder if Rylas is fireproof.
I mean, up to a certain temperature, I would imagine.
One way to find out.
No one touch him.
Yeah.
My
I think
skin
it's,
is metal.
Are you identifying as a him? Or are you?
Yeah,
are
that's.
You,
I mean,
and
yeah.
I prefer it.
it makes
It's
sense.
okay.
all right.
We are progressive here, definitely.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to
Most
make sure we get the
importantly,
right one.
I don't identify with soft, squishy things.
Unless I'm squishing them.
Yes.
Squishing them.
So who are you picking next?
I think it's Rylas, and I just want to point out that the move I was trying to do wasn't necessarily an attack. It was like, oh shit, let's get out of here, and hopefully this fire will be distracting enough.
Absolutely,
to
yeah.
help us get out of here.
But
So-
one thing about compels is that they don't always end up the way you want
Oh
them.
yeah, yeah.
So it just adds a little
That's fun.
flavor.
Yeah, I
that,
like it.
Fun would that be?
I'm
yeah.
into it.
Yeah, so there is a fire. It is starting to burn. Everything's, but it's not like everything is falling apart. There's just a large area of the floor and some of the tables
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, I like
And
it.
so you want to pick it?
Rylas, yeah.
Okay.
Rylas can go next. Yeah, and I'm just sort of like backing up, making sure that all four of us are going to be able to go, because I'm not going to just book it without them. So.
Right.
I am confused. You have made a fire. I will make it bigger.
Oh boy.
Okay, so how will you make it bigger?
Is there a table on fire?
Yes.
I pick it up, throw it on other table,
Okay, so you throw.
and then I laugh. Ha ha ha. Look at all the fire.
Shit, the fire's bigger is now the new aspect.
I hope nobody liked this in,
Right, yeah.
because this in is out.
Good
All
job, Rye. Let's go.
This is a hot spot.
Yeah.
So
I was sort of worried when I came in. It was called insurance claim, but
so you can either
Insurance
pick
claim.
Yeah.
you can either pick me or Kimmy.
I'm going to pick you.
Okay. So the Harmonians see, there's like 6 of them behind this fire, and you throw this thing over.
Ha ha ha.
And all right.
You all have regrets now.
I only came with you last night, but I missed you. It's kind of amazing.
It's only been a few hours, but
Right? Yes. Yeah.
separation makes the heart grow fonder.
Right? Exactly.
It is hard.
So after
Like
you
a
do
robot.
this,
I have muscles.
after you do
We must
this,
create a pose.
they look at you and they kind of they try to skirt the outside of where this fire is setting up and blazing across, and 2 of them are going to run towards you and try to hit you with swords.
I assume this is a high five.
Yeah, high five him back real hard.
Yes.
Good work. On fire.
So here's the thing with combat.
Tell me the thing with combat.
I'm going to be attacking you. I'll roll fate die, and then I can I can use aspects if I want to add to that roll. You then get a defend. Okay.
Awesome.
You roll your dice, I roll my dice. Whoever has the higher amount is the one who then gets a success. The more success you get, the more cool things happen. So success with style usually gives you like a bonus. This is a really small, aspect that you don't have to pay for that you can do something cool with. Okay. If you take stress, and the character sheet didn't do a good job because underneath it says consequence, but the consequences are 2, 4, and 6. Okay. So if you don't have any stress left, you have to take a consequence, right? Okay. The amount of shifts that I roll over you is the amount of stress you take. If you take 4 stress, you have to fill out the furthest box, not every box, just the furthest box. If you don't have a furthest box to etch out, then it becomes a consequence.
All right.
Okay.
Unlike most games that have like hit points and stuff, if you get to the point where you don't have any more consequence, you can tap out at any time. You can go, I concede the battle, and then I will narrate what happens when you concede. Okay. So sometime, or you get to narrate when you concede, like, oh, I limp away, or this happens, or that happens. Right. Death is not based on a set score.
Sure.
It is based on, how you want the story to go about. So if death isn't something you want to do because it makes no sense for the story or whatever, you don't have to. Okay? So that explains that. So Talene, you've got a fire going on. You have these guys that are coming straight forward.
Chaos.
Chaos is everywhere.
Coming straight for us.
So before you roll your dice, are there any aspects you want to pay for?
To invoke in my defense.
Right.
Also, I need to know if you're John Lawrence or Hercules Mulligan.
I feel like I'm Hercules Mulligan.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
that
when we
was my
knock you down,
gut,
you get the
too.
fuck back up
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can activate an
People who
aspect
don't know
in my
Hamilton are like,
defense.
What?
Who doesn't know? I don't.
This world must not fall into order is an aspect I would like to pay to activate.
All right.
They are the Orderish's people.
Yeah.
I will high five them in their faces.
Okay. So roll. You're going to get a +2 to your roll, and I'm going to roll.
I think that's a
yeah, you don't have to roll in
Okay,
this
I was going to say,
We
'cause
got
that's going to be
that's
a
off the
stretch.
board.
There's usually a GM die tray over there.
I
Maybe
didn't
it's over
see
there?
it.
Stu moved it.
Stu moved it.
Ass bag.
Stu.
Oh, wait, it's underneath a bunch of stuff here, so I'm going to leave it right there.
But you don't, yeah.
We got a good roll over
Ooh.
Motherfucker.
I rolled a 3. So the Harmonium come over with their sword and shield. They look like, beefed up fighters. And they swing really hard, and you hear the clang of metal on metal.
Ow.
What's your defense score?
So what'd you get? You got a +2 plus what'd you get a roll?
I rolled 2 pluses and a minus.
Okay, and do you have acrobatics or any skill that you can add into it, like
Physique.
Or athletics.
Athletics.
So athletics, you have a +1. So you could
How
use.
about will? As in, I will not
That's
back
more.
down.
That's mental.
Nah.
Which is
fight.
That was a good try, though. I
Fight
applaud
is
the
going to
try.
be offensive, correct?
yeah,
Can
that's
you do
offensive. But yeah, you can use your acrobatics, or your. Do you have or athletics? I mean.
Athletics.
So use athletics. That gives you another +1.
Okay.
And you got a +2, and then another. So that's 4, 5, right? So I've got a 3, and I'm going to use my aspect. I am the law.
Uh-oh.
I am the law. So that's my first one of 4 that I can use during this scene. So that gives me a 5 as well, right? So a tie goes to the defender.
Awesome.
Okay, so that was my turn. Now, you're the last person in the round.
All right.
You saw that.
I would like to point out that the way this plays out is that they attack me, but my athletics is that it doesn't hurt.
Excellent.
So you're next.
Okay, so it just threw a table on the fire, you through your glass and are just like hanging out for.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like
second.
backing up and be like,
Okay.
hey, we gotta go.
You are next to her.
Yes, and I am edging towards the back door.
Okay.
Right. You have the fire between you and the back door. There are 6 of them all together. 2 of them are attacking her. The other 4 are on the other side of the fire at the door.
Okay.
Okay.
Also,
Let's see how this goes.
can we see your abs in the firelight, or do you have a shirt?
Oh, they're glistening. No,
Yeah,
I
okay.
have a shirt, but
Oh,
it's like
it's
mostly
open.
open.
Oh,
They're doing
Yeah.
the thing where like the angle of the light like makes them more defined.
You
Right,
realize
yeah.
that abs in a firelight is
Oh, yeah, check
actually
this out,
a
people.
lyric to a song of some sort.
Well
The
done.
primary reason
Nice.
I do role-playing games is so
So
I
you
have
can draw the character.
an
Yeah.
excuse
We're
to
gonna
draw
make this a little
abs.
closer. Whoop,
Yeah.
That's it.
Adam's real good at that.
Yes. Beautiful. All right, so out of concern for Cinder, I'm going to trot over to her and get on my back.
Okay.
And then, how many moves? What can I?
It's usually like you, as
Like
long
just
as
walking
it's-
over to her? Does that
That's
count
yeah.
as my thing?
Yeah, you can. It's
Okay.
it's
Can I do a
open
thing
ended a
after
little
that?
bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you can if you want.
All right, so I'm going to give you the option.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
I'm into it.
And then, I'm gonna charge at
would be
like you said there was like
awkward.
4 of them between me
Right.
and the front. So I'm gonna do my charge thing with like my
With
head down
Cinder on your
my
back.
back.
I thought we were going out the back door.
That
I was going out the back door.
wait no I thought you said they were between us and the back door.
Front
There's
No,
4.
no.
Oh.
The 4 are in. They came through the front door.
Got
the
it.
fire's between you. The back door's behind you.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood that. I'm sorry. I apologize. So then I'm gonna also give you the option of getting on my back.
Oh, okay.
I'm probably
I'm
not gonna
okay.
like invite you.
Not
in
the
a warm
700
I,
pound cube.
you don't want me on your back?
Wait
My
a minute.
feelings are hurt.
I will get on back.
way. I feel like your melting point is much slower.
I don't feel like I'm part of the group.
And then I'm gonna like do like the fire's not between us and the back door either.
No.
Okay.
They just.
I had a big like free like jumping
yeah,
over like
now-
that horse like.
Did your dad die from the harmonium? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Uh-oh.
maybe I can compel. What aspect do you have? You have one with the harmonium
have-
in it.
Yeah. False justice murdered my father.
Right. So that's a good compel. If you want to pay me a fate point to not do what I'm about to make you do, that's fine.
But is my addiction to Cinder and wanting to make sure she's safe like
That's your call.
outweigh that?
But you gotta
Okay,
give him
but
a
I would
coin if you
point. I'll
want
do
it
that.
too.
That's
Yeah.
gonna be my obsession right now. She's
Right.
my addiction.
So you're like,
like make. I will come back for you, assholes.
Picture
I will
this-
come back.
There's this awesome moment where you're gonna leave and then you're like, no, but I'm gonna kill those guys. But no, I gotta get out of here.
okay. So, who do you want to? It's the top of the next round.
So did you jump on my back too?
No.
Okay.
No.
And we'll get to that because each person will make
Okay.
their decision.
Okay, got it.
So, who do you want to pick next to go?
Since I'm next to you, I will pick Adam's character, who is
Okay.
Kenton.
Yes.
The hero of.
I know every time. Yeah, his best friend is a guy named Jane. So I'm the calm in the storm. So now that the place is on fire and the harmonium thugs are fighting, and Surlia is galloping away, I'm just going to casually walk out.
Okay.
So, Rylis, time to go.
So you
And,
leave.
And
okay.
I just, and I just like, boop, 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 just, I'm not even like in a rush. I'm just walking and,
Jacket slung over one
jacket,
shoulder.
yes, yeah.
do you grab a bottle of what's left and as you're heading out, kind of thing?
I grab 2 bottles. I toss one back towards the fire, and then I pop the cork on the other one.
Okay, cool.
And yes, I toss the new bottle right in between Rylis and the harmonium guys that are attacking it.
Okay.
So that
Can you give me
I
a
wanna-
fight roll?
Sure. Okay,
Yeah, let's
yes.
do that.
Because I basically want to create an advantage maybe for
kids
for
do.
Rylis to be able to escape.
Well, so you're trying to get it between the two, not necessarily hit the person.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
So yes, that'll be creating an advantage. Let's just say, actually, let's make that like an overcome, where you're trying to overcome something or.
Okay.
So that's just a straight up roll.
Okay.
Do you have any skills that like athletics or physique or?
I do have athletics and fight. Those are only a +1.
Okay. Anything else high up on this?
I do have this. So, well, because it's not really burglary, but I have always a way out stunt. +2 on burglary rolls made to create an advantage whenever you're trying to escape.
I will
from a
totally let
location.
that be in this. Yeah, that's totally
Okay,
cool. The
all
thing is that aspects are really like, unless it's really far out, like
Yeah.
just doesn't make any sense at all. Then, but you can kind of play around with stuff. Now, to use a stunt, you need to pay a fate point.
Okay.
Wow.
So does that mean I'm going to make a burglary roll to do this?
Yes, you use your
Okay.
burglary bonus, and you stack
Plus
on
the 2.
plus the 2.
So I've got a +6.
You've got a +6
snap.
starting out.
This is what I do.
I dig
This
it.
is a thing
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah. Oops. Sorry. Wish I
Can
could keep
you
that.
dig it?
Motherfucker.
0.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, they cancel each other out.
Right,
Yeah.
the cancel
Okay.
it.
All
All
right.
right.
Yes, does.
So 0. So 6 total.
So I was going to say that you needed a 4 anyway,
Oh,
so
okay.
you beat it.
All right.
So explain exactly
Yeah.
what happened.
So I sling my jacket over my shoulder, and actually no, I do this like really cool, like any West Wing fans, if you've seen how Jed Bartlett puts on a blazer, just it's just like a spin kind of thing, and all of a sudden my cool leather jacket is on.
I have the feeling Canton does not put his pants on one leg at a time.
No,
No, he jumps out of a window and puts them on as he's going down towards
Right.
the
Oh
ground.
yeah, because you got to get the tail in the tail hole. from
Right,
the pants,
exactly.
too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a third
I gotta
hole.
Get, yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta.
I mean,
I gotta
you know.
fill 3 holes with my
Yeah,
pants.
with
It's,
the-
with what's in my pants. I'm sorry.
I don't get it. Why is everyone
I'm
laughing?
sorry, world. I just,
You're not sorry.
I'm not sorry.
I don't get it.
So I do this like quick sling thing, and all of a sudden my leather jacket's on. I say, "Rylas, time to go!" And I grab 2 bottles. One I fling over my shoulder. It lands smack dab right in front of the harmonium thugs that were about to charge at Rylas.
Okay.
And this huge flare up. And with the other, I just pop the cork with my thumb and take a swing
Right.
as I just stroll out the back door.
Nice.
I am the
like
calm
it.
in the storm.
You are the calm in the storm. All right, who do you want to pick next to go?
I want to pick Rylas, because he's my buddy.
Right.
And I just made things easier for him, I hope.
So you
Yes.
hear
Yes.
all
Yes.
this, and
Yes.
you now
Canton is so cool. He must be my friend.
okay.
Let's go
Clearly
hang
friend,
out.
not target.
Right now.
So you're just
Let's
retreating.
blow this popsicle stand.
Okay. So who? That's simple. You don't need to roll anything. That's
Wait, they
simple
had
enough.
popsicles?
Who do you want to pick next?
Poor Cinder can't eat popsicles. They just,
Wait.
just get
Real
close.
fast,
and
like,
just-
Who has
Jason is the last person, or me,
Right.
if you want.
Might wanna
but
go
in
DM.
this,
Me? Okay.
in
Wait,
this
might wanna go
situation,
DM?
no. In this situation, I'm going to be nice and
Oh,
say
yeah,
it's probably
okay.
better.
Wait, no, isn't
And
wouldn't
Timmy hasn't had one this
yeah,
round
Surlia
either.
would be.
I
so-
thought
'cause-
that she was the first.
No,
was the
she was
last,
the end
the
of the
last
first
one.
round.
Oh, so yes, I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's
So
confusing.
I'm the only
No
one
worries.
who's gone in the new round.
Then actually
In
Surlia.
Rylas now.
Because
Actually,
aren't you on her back already?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Then
There you go.
So wait. So
And
I'm.
it's not weird at all.
No.
Nope.
It's not. We've probably done this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say.
Yeah.
As you
Can
wrap
you
your
gallop?
arm
Ooh, no.
around her muscular
Yes.
torso.
are you used to going bareback?
Wait, I don't get it.
You see? No, I'm not.
Can
sure.
you
High
explain
five.
it?
No.
No. All right.
We are friends.
Jokes are better when you explain
Right
them,
now.
though. That's
False.
Yeah,
It's
not
completely
true.
false. So I'm gonna start trotting towards the back door,
Okay.
and shout for them.
Okay. So that you don't need to roll anything or
Okay.
anything cool. Who do you want to pick to go next?
I guess you should go because you're closest
Okay.
to me. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So as we're heading out, I'm already thinking like 3 steps ahead, and I'm trying to think of, is there a shortcut through this part of town that I would know that will do a quick, like, some buildings have moved and like they're not going to expect to follow us that way.
So that would be
Like a lore or
like a lore, yeah.
Yeah?
So
Okay.
I'm going to say that
good
you're
at
going to
that.
have to beat a 6
Okay.
for a lore. Now, if you have an advantage or something you want to pay for,
Can I help in some way? Is there
yes, you
help?
can. You can help, and basically helping just means he gets a +1 from you.
Okay.
Because you have that thing. But yeah, anyone
Yeah.
can help. You just get a +1.
Because I'm good at stealth, and I grew up down here
Right.
on the streets.
You know what would help? Drinking helps my genius. Maybe
Oh.
if I can take
Oh
a
yeah,
swig
as,
off that bottle
as you
on
guys
the way.
gallop past, I just
So,
toss you the bottle.
do you have a point there?
Yeah, I do.
Cool.
All
Right, so that gives you +2, and then a +1 from him for helping
Okay.
out.
Do I have
Okay.
to spend anything to help?
Nope.
that? Oh, okay.
Nope, it's just a
But
free.
it does mean
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
drinking
that's cool.
more.
It does, which can be
That's why
compelled.
we're
Oh my
friends.
god. Oh,
See,
that-
and this why fudge
keep
dice
that.
suck.
Yes,
'Cause you,
they are
they screw
terrible.
you.
Okay, so that's a -2. I had a +7. It brings me back down to 5. So
Okay, that brings you back down to 5. So
Yeah.
you look around. Is there anything else that you can use as an aspect?
well, maybe if I could encourage. So I'm having trouble thinking of a thing because this new building is in a place that I didn't expect. But if we could just like kick down that big door, we could probably get all
Go
the way
into
through.
some
Yeah.
place to an thing
If I could encourage someone whose back I'm riding on
to run
like,
into a door and bust it down.
yeah, then that
Okay.
would probably lead to the actual shortcut.
Okay, so
that we
we're
needed.
gonna say that's gonna be the next round, and so let's. Are you the last person to go for this round? And then
Riley's
no, I
done
have
already?
not gone yet.
Oh yeah, you haven't gone yet, and I think.
Okay.
Do I need to give one of these to Kimmy?
Are you compelling her to? You're gonna compel her to do something,
But not yet, right?
Well,
and it has to be a consensual compel. She
Yeah.
can
Right.
she can pay to not have that
Right,
compel
right.
happen.
Consent is important.
yeah,
Consent is
always,
important.
always and forever. Yeah, my
Watch
compel
out for
is
that.
I know.
my
I've
compel
already
is
hit it several times.
run us through that barn door. It opens up on the other side. Trust me.
I'll take that.
Well, I mean, is it against one of her aspects?
Oh,
that
yeah, I
no,
don't think
no.
you have to pay me unless
Oh,
it's
okay.
like.
It's
I think
an
you can probably
aspect.
ask me in character.
Oh,
Since
Yeah,
I'm
you
addicted
don't-
to you, and be like,
oh yeah, yeah.
cool.
okay.
Well, no, that's a good point though.
Yeah.
Cinder should pay you.
oh,
Yeah,
we should.
to
Okay, she
trigger-
should.
Yeah,
Thank
she
you.
should.
And unless it's you're likely to go charging through a barn door anyway. But
I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it does.
I
Okay.
was probably going to bash through something if
Yeah.
you pointed.
Yeah.
I was heading for the back door, but if
Yeah.
you're like, "Hey there,"
yeah, there's a shortcut that way.
Yeah.
But through that
Yeah.
thing.
Okay.
So what would would
He would pay you
He
for
would
that,
still
so
pay,
that you
okay.
would, because you're doing something that's an aspect
Okay.
for him.
Okay.
For her. Sorry.
Yeah.
okay?
3 minuses. Awesome. Good job, dice.
You should punish them.
You're going to those tokens really fast too.
That's fine. I mean, I only started with 4, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Oop.
that means.
I got another
Oh,
helpful
cool.
player
Oh yeah, I forgot I
from
have a helpful player.
James V, who's
Oh, hey.
not James the Fifth, even though that's my nickname for him.
Is it
Hi,
Oh
James
no,
V.
that's
James
this
V.
thing. Yeah.
We know James V.
Yes, I
Bye,
know.
James V.
And he's like Kimmy, aka Godazan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go.
Rolling.
Rolling.
In
Kimmy
the
could just
dough.
say that she's got helpful players left and right. It's like, oh yeah, 8 more people said I get a helpful player.
that.
That's weird.
They say they like my new haircut, and they say that I'm cool, and they say, oh, never mind.
All right,
Go
so you
into
guys are
that.
in this alleyway. There's this building that has sprung up magically with a big door on the back. It is now my turn because it's the end of that round.
Got it.
All the guards run away in fear.
They
They don't.
flow out onto the street on the other side of the building, and you can hear them running around the corner. And in like all Sting or SWAT police, forces, all you hear is hut 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 hut, hut
Yeah.
as they're coming around the building.
Okay.
They're going to be there in any second, and that I'm going to pick you to go first because that was the whole setup.
So
Okay.
they didn't immediately want to stop and help put out the fire.
They
or-
are not. No, they don't. They don't care about that.
Okay.
Bastards.
So here's this
Who even
door.
started
Yeah.
that fire?
And you-
That's
I have
weird.
no idea.
Explain how you're going to
Such
knock it down. Like,
Such a strange coincidence.
Well, I have like the hard head thing where I can like smash through it that
right?
way, right?
Yeah.
Is that really a thing that you have?
Yeah.
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 Nice.
It's epic.
This character's
Um,
amazing. Go
I
design.
know. So yeah, I feel like that's, I'm a little bit worried though that like back into my head would like have stuff like go over and hurt you though. So I'm actually gonna like gallop up to it and like rear back and like smash it down with my front hooves,
Like trying to do that thing.
yeah,
Okay.
the smash and bash it down that way.
Okay,
so
cool.
that way Cinder is safer on my back.
Well, I like that whole thing, and I don't think we need to roll for any of it.
Okay.
The bust down the door and you guys run into this. Are you going to hide in the building and hope they go by, or are you going to go out the front like Keystone Cop thing where they're coming around the corner? And
Yeah,
you
my thinking was if we went through this building, we'd be able to get to the shortcut that I thought was there in the first
and then
place.
take off.
And then
Okay.
be
Okay.
able to escape.
I feel like hiding is probably not one of my
no,
fortes.
yeah, no. Hiding for the two of you is difficult.
Yes.
So what we're going to say is that's going to end this scene because you're going to escape out the front and take the
Okay. Quick,
Route?
hide. Clip, clop, clip, clop, clip, clop.
ink, ink,
Oh,
ink.
yeah, and the 700-pound buddy.
Stealth.
I'm light on my feet.
There's little potholes everywhere. She goes.
I mean, who knows? Maybe compared to other Modron, you're like a ninja.
Oh.
Right?
I'm basically a ballerina.
Yes.
There's a disturbing thought.
Right, yeah. All the
Okay.
other Modron think I have sick moves.
I'd pay money to see that Modron ballet.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what we're known for to ourselves.
Sure, it's
So-
extremely precise.
The 78234 line is known for their ballet.
All of my ancestors on that side of the family. On the two side, not so much.
Right. Well, we try not to bring up the two side.
Twos.
They're prime and number ballerinas.
Right, exactly.
I'm a number. Oh.
That's my
So many puns.
fourth
problem
grade
is-
math and my dance background,
Wow.
like combining to make terrible jokes for you.
Wow.
I love it, but I hate that I love it, and I'm really conflicted right now.
I'm gonna
I
add
am
in
a
French
number,
and
not
say
a
it's a
free
pas
man.
de deux.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you guys escape.
Two.
You get away. You head back to the hive
More of a host
because
to do.
Stop.
that was terrible. But
You're
great.
the worst person ever,
I'll see
Jason.
myself out.
So there is a story happening.
Sorry.
I'm sorry,
No,
Wes.
no. I'm enjoying watching the kerfluffle.
The only thing I'm confused about is which one of us brought the heat on us.
Are we discussing this now?
Well, we're okay. So you're not like running away from, like you can say. I was figuring you're probably going to go back to your home turf, which is the soup kitchen, where you're safe, and continue your conversation there. Now that you have a little bit of an idea of what combat is like, so we'll say that the next scene starts with you guys at the soup kitchen.
Okay.
And starting with who brought the heat on us.
Well, I think that was Cinder. They set the fire.
Well,
Oh, you mean literal heat?
I mean the
why did
figurative
those-
heat.
Why did those guys show up in the first place?
Oh.
The harmonium shouldn't have been getting into anything and down in the
I hate
Yeah.
the harmonium.
what is it? Where?
Well,
was
the-
it?
the-
the hive. The hive.
The
sorry.
hive, the place you guys
The
were in
hive.
is actually was in the bazaar. It's not in the
Oh, okay.
hive. You guys were
Oh, okay.
at the
Okay.
yeah.
We can't enjoy a single nice night out.
The harmonium does cause a lot of problems for us. I mean, they're jackbooted thugs. That's what they do. I'm surprised that they showed up at that inn at that moment while we were there. I think we were being targeted.
Or there's a turncoat.
Alicia walks over. She's
I am your
the
friend.
You are my friend right
she's
now.
Canton's stepmom basically, and the owner, and she kind of goes, "Well, I mean, that place is full of independents and people who are trying to cause problems for the harmonium and the governors and everybody else. It doesn't shock me that they probably raid that place every week. You guys probably made it worse by setting it on fire."
Yeah, they're not going to raid that place next week.
Well, yeah, because it won't be there for a little while. They'll have to rebuild it. Now, this is a good point to bring in the Lady of Pain.
Uh-oh.
Fun. The
That's
lady
not a
of
good name.
the Lady of
I'm
Pain
kind of into it.
is, 2 out of 10 people are. So
Don't judge me.
no judgment. This is the Lady of Pain. She is basically the highest of the high ups.
Okay.
She doesn't speak. She floats. Oh, camera.
Yeah.
There you go.
What, with the are those feathers? What is that?
No,
coming
they're
off of it?
spikes. They're like blades.
So like
What?
feathers,
Oh,
Yes,
God.
but not.
but sharp and stabbable.
Stop and
Like
yeah.
Tyrannosaurus feathers.
Yeah.
Right.
They
And
will
what
still
she
kill you.
does is she never speaks. She keeps law, completes law in the city by basically if you do something really horrible, she will throw you into a maze that you will never get out of. It's like it's just a prison that she can throw you into. She floats. If you see her, nobody wants her to float over them
Oh.
because she might send them.
So there's
into
no
the
like
abyss.
system of due process or.
There is. She deals with like the really bad things going on. She
Okay.
will put an end. She basically keeps everybody balanced at this point, but the problem is that she can't be everywhere at once.
Yeah.
But she's and so I didn't want to start talking about her until I introduced her
That makes
to
sense.
everybody.
Okay.
So Alicia goes, you guys don't want to burn down too much because you don't want the Lady of Pain's, they're called Davis, and they go around and they fix things in the city. And they also enforce laws and things. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
But their laws are unjust, and we have to undo that system.
How are you guys going to take down the Lady of Pain? She's, you'd have better luck trying to take down the Harmonium or the governors. I understand,
Add it
but
to my list.
Mama, I don't want you to worry about us.
well, I do.
And I don't want you to know too much either.
It's probably safer that way.
Well, then stop eating soup at my place. All right, I'll leave you guys. You talk about your things,
Well, wait. I'm curious though. Where
What?
did you think we should start? You were gonna say something.
well, the biggest problem that I see is that the Fated own most of the mortgages, most of the loans and stuff.
Yeah, tell me about it.
And they have caused so much problems. If there was some way you can disrupt them,
No. Let's kill all
well, that's
Of-
What?
them.
is it okay? Because that's psychotic.
Well, if we're talking about the harmonium, I
Right,
surprisingly kind of agree.
Yeah, it's not a.
The thing is that the Harmonium are the ones that enforce the
not a
law
good
for the Fated and the governors.
Right.
So you have to make a decision how you're going to approach it. Are
So
you
Harmonium is the weapon. The Fated is the person wielding the weapon.
the person that has the money to wield the weapon?
Yeah.
And then the governors are the ones with the courts. The mercy killers have the prison. So, but you're not going to have much problems with the mercy killers. The Harmonium are the ones that you're going to fight the most with if you're going after the Fated. So it's a question of, do you sneak into the Hall of Records and try to cause havoc? Do you go after the Harmonium? They have the barracks. Do you deal with that through that way?
You know, if we caused enough wreckage in the Hall of Records, we could reset the debt record.
Well,
That would be very difficult.
also that is where I have my job.
Which is why it would be easy to get in.
And is that a job you wanted to keep forever?
No, but it is a bit advantageous until we take down the harmonium to have access to the records.
But if we hamstring the Fated and their Hall of Records, the Harmonium is not going to be coming after us.
Wait, I feel like the opposite is true. That they will come after us more. Hey, set a trap. Kill them in a kill box. Plans. You're welcome.
Thank you, Iris.
Actually, my office at the Hall of Records is kind of like a box.
Well, you're actually a hired sword. You are a guard.
Yeah.
So
You
you
don't
don't.
have an office?
No.
Uh-oh. Overstated your importance.
The office I walk by sometimes while I'm carrying my sword kind of is a box.
But you are allowed to carry weapons in there.
I am.
That's a start.
I mean, I can get in. It's just what do we do when we're in there?
Kill people.
Well,
Let's pause on the killing
Create
people
a kill box.
until we know who to kill.
Draw them in.
I think that's smart, but we want to be, we want to have some precision
Yes.
with who we're going after. Like, just cutting down clerks left and right isn't really going to get us anywhere.
And we have to be very strategic about which records we destroy. There was no way we can destroy all the records. So we'd have to destroy the ones that would be the most detrimental to the Harmonian and most beneficial to the people.
Employment records for Harmonium. Then they're all fired. We win. Plan.
Well, and we'd all maybe
You're
not
welcome.
destroying those, but employment records would tell us exactly who all the Harmonian people are.
Then we hunt them down one by one. Create a kill box.
Let's pause with the kill box.
Again, I sort of find myself agreeing with 5, 8, 2, 4, 5.
7,
You were waiting
8,
for that one?
2,
You were
3,
waiting for it,
4.
weren't you?
2, 3, 4, sorry.
Oh, really? I actually got the number right. I just, like, spouted that off earlier. I was like, I don't know if it's right or
Elbow
not.
on my notes. Wait, what is it? 5, 8,
7, 8.
7, 8. Sorry.
Good God. 5
7,
8s
8.
are the worst. 7, 8, 2, 3, 4.
I don't count well.
It takes her a long time.
For those of you on the podcast, I did the hoof counting
And
thing.
broke killing.
What is it? 3, 4, 5?
I have a kill box
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4.
for you to enter.
Where is this kill box precisely?
I am a box. I am a kill box.
You can't open yourself up, though.
But that is why I like kill boxes.
Unless we finally get you to talk about your feelings.
Uh-oh.
You would have opened up.
I want to invite him into my kill box.
Yes, with a joke like that, Cinder should probably go in the kill box. But
Not Cinder, Jason.
Yeah, yes.
Not the character. We'll
Yeah.
keep the
Oh,
character.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cinder's
player.
cool.
I understand.
Jason goes in the kill box.
I understand completely.
What if sneak in, acquire personnel records, leave no trace because of burglary, then hunt them down, bring to kill box.
I'm just not sure the Harmonium is actually our enemy. It's the Fated
No, they
who's
are.
sending them after us.
No, they're bad.
The hive has roaming dogs.
Lots of
Right,
wild
yes.
dogs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
lots of
lots of
wild
roaming
dogs.
dogs.
Yeah.
Look, the thing is, the entire system is the enemy.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
So,
Did you know wild
Which
dogs
one?
can count
To kind of interject for
Yeah.
Canton,
better than you, apparently?
this is all really interesting, but you also know that you have your own set of problems
Yes.
Uh-oh.
with, and you're wondering, just out of character kind
Yeah.
of thing, like, would you be like, well, I can deal with this, but maybe we should deal with my issue on the side so it doesn't become like. I'm just letting
yeah.
you, because
Could
you're
I-
egotistical. You're not necessarily buying Cinder's
Right,
hook,
yes.
line, and sinker.
Yeah.
And I think what's your high concept?
Self-absorbed pickpocket.
I'd like to compel that.
Oh.
So you're
Yeah.
self-absorbed. So be self-absorbed.
So, we can't take down the entire system. Not really. Not completely. Today. But we can start with one very important part of the system.
Cantor has a point.
Zandara.
What? No, that's a bad point.
Terrible.
No,
Evil.
Who's that?
Cruel.
no. Nice.
Is he a Harmonium officer?
She is
She's
a
She is.
titan
My
She's
friend.
a titan.
that runs a huge. She runs
Zandara
a
is not
huge
your friend. I am your friend.
merchant
is my friend.
guild, and she owns tons of. She's basically friends with the Fated, and she pulls in tons of money from different places. She's like a kingpin kind of character,
but not a Harmonium asset.
No,
Yeah.
she's too
a-
powerful.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But if we can take out Zandara, take away all her power, all her money, all her influence.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Dang.
And
Sweet fashion sense,
I
too.
know,
Wait,
right?
is she
Yeah.
like 20 feet tall?
Yes, she's 20 feet
Oh,
tall.
really?
She's
She's
a
a titan,
titan.
She's a literal titan.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
thought that was
I
like
was like-
titan of industry.
Yeah, that's what I thought,
No.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a metaphor.
So, then we show them they can be hurt.
You want to assassinate the 20-foot tall queen of crime in Sigil.
That sounds like a lucha.
I
Like
mean,
a lucha fighter.
sorry.
It does.
I mean, assassinate, maybe,
Well,
but at least kick the legs out from under. The bigger they
Her
are,
legs are big.
the harder
Is
they fall.
Canton your target?
Canton's my
You don't have to take this. You can pay it to not happen.
Canton's my friend.
Is Canton my target?
Canton is your friend. Zendara is your target. Remember, you're confused.
I've never. There's no reason why you
Is-
can't compel twice.
I can't
You're confused.
You're confused.
I'm
Remember, Canton is your friend. Zendara is your target.
Who am I? Where am I?
Remember, I always tell
Small
the truth.
amounts of steam start coming out of different parts, pips, whatever.
Zendara always lies.
Zandara. Perhaps.
You just don't remember, buddy.
You just caused a runtime error.
Buffer overrun.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
In the eyes, the little circles.
The
start
little
to go.
red ring of death.
It's the
See,
The pinwheel.
Rylus,
Yeah, pinwheels.
Rylus is so overcome with hatred for Zendara and what she has done that it's having trouble processing.
It just feels like Zendara is not the one sending thugs down our streets, and
Zendara does send thugs down our streets. They could come in any moment. And it's a symbol. This is what the people need. A symbol.
What if we could do both things?
well, that's interesting.
The Hall of Records has a lot of information. And if we really put our backs into it, we will be able... I saw Adam about to drink. I couldn't help it. We would be able to...
See, you need to wait. You need to pause until one of us is drinking.
Yes.
Spit take.
Yeah.
Spit it.
Wait, no, I'm going to be on the receiving end of that.
Yeah.
We may be able to get information that we could use to blackmail both our opponents in the thing that you don't like that I can't remember the name of, the Harmonium, and Zandara. So
Just real quick, don't all these names seem like they should be in a Barbarella
they really
sequel?
should. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it.
Well,
It would give us weapons to use on many fronts.
what if we somehow set the records to say that the Harmonium is meant to go and put pressure on Zendara's enterprise?
Ooh, a forgery. A deception. I like this.
That would get the Harmonium largely out of our neighborhood for the time being and screw up Zendara's plans enough until they figure out something's going on. And we would have some opportunities to move a little bit more freely to maybe start getting the Fated in the ribs.
Yes, and once we take down Zendara, everybody will know that it can be done.
I'm going to kind of
Right, buddy?
poke it.
Canton is your
Rylus.
friend.
Where am I? Who are you?
Canton, your friend, remember?
Oh, Canton is my friend.
Yes.
Yes.
Wes, is there any kind of like a insight check to pick up on Canton's motivations?
What? My motivations are pure. What could you be
Obviously.
talking about?
I don't know. I mean, I've got an empathy. I've
How
got
can you
a.
mistrust someone with such abs?
Yes. This
That
is
is
point.
a fair point. Yeah.
My abs ripple and hypnotize you into liking me.
Ripple. What are your skills, and we can.
I've got lore, empathy, will, investigate, burglary.
Oh, you don't have rapport? Because I have that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, and that's a good point, because we were just role playing. If you
Yeah.
guys want to add a little, mechanics in.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that.
Annie.
I'm not sure that Cinder would like immediately think he's up to
Well,
something, and so
Yeah.
What we could do
Yeah.
is you could roll your rapport
Uh-huh.
and let us know, and use aspects or whatever. And then if you wanted to try to beat that with and see if you can, figure it out, you could then roll and do aspects yourself. That might be interesting to see who comes out on top, and because your ego is fighting with his ego,
yeah.
and you're trying to push the narrative into two different ways,
Yeah.
right? There's two different
Yeah,
things.
that's true. That's
So
true.
we could start with the rapport roll,
Okay.
and then you can make a decision if you want to try to do something above that, or you could just be like, fuck it, we're going to go with Mr. Silvertongue.
Yeah, because I know that he can, like, one of my aspects is that he can help with the revolution.
Right.
And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's like a big
Well,
motivating
he could
factor.
compel that against you
Yeah.
and
Oh,
say,
yeah.
well, Xandar's the way to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he wanted to. Or
Yeah.
I could say, you know what? Maybe Xandar's the way to go.
Yeah,
Because he can
right.
help with the
think he's
revolution.
Oh,
Yeah, I
actually.
totally.
Oh, you're doing it.
That
Okay.
wasn't an
that was- yeah.
hypothetically.
Yeah. Yeah, by the way, if you're not watching, Wes just had to sit there with his hand halfway across the table
With a token in
for
it,
like
like-
5 minutes trying to explain that I'm supposed to take this.
Take it.
Just take the damn token.
Like Ray at the end of Force Awakens.
Hold it in the lightsaber.
Should hold that there
So
for like
in
2
this
years.
case-
Right? Yeah, I know.
Because I'm compelling something, it means that you feel your aspect is, look, I'm going to go, I think that Canton can help with the revolution.
Yeah.
So I'm going to see how this works out. Now, that doesn't mean that at further scenes that you can't say something different. It's just right the second
Yeah.
you're going to listen to him because
Yeah.
he's
No,
got the
I
silver
like that.
tongue.
Yeah, because I was kind of on the fence anyway, and I didn't want to like meta game. Like I know Adam as being deceitful.
Right. Plus, you were low on fate points
Yeah.
anyway, so
Yeah.
taking one always is good.
Yeah.
And I think it's important. Like, I'm not trying to fool you so
Right.
much as I'm trying
Convince.
to, like,
Yeah.
trying to convince.
Yeah.
like,
take
like, oh, look how if we go this route, it helps both of
yeah,
us.
we have this energy to do something. You just redirect it.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So
yeah.
all of
and
the
I'm curious, like, if you actually asked me, like, what's your thing on Xandara?
Yeah.
I may or may not tell you.
Yeah.
but, I don't know.
So, just so you guys know, all of the people and places that you're talking about are in the ladies' ward, which is the most expensive. They've got white streets, they've got beautiful
yeah.
things, and they're also heavily patrolled. A lot of the, if you're listening to this and not watching, a lot of the buildings have these like sharp edges, and they're really severe angles. Most of the places are black and gray, whereas if you get into the market ward and the ladies ward, they're colorful. They have like reds and blues and everything
Cleaner,
else,
right?
cleaner, and that kind of thing. So that, just to give you an idea of location. I can show you a quick map, but it's too big to open up on the table. But I can show at least the
People in the
people.
camp. We actually
chat.
have. We actually can't. Oh, actually, I don't know if I've added it yet.
Should I just put it on dice cam?
Yeah, put it on the dice cam for now.
Okay. So this is the huge map.
Holy crap.
Holy God.
Oh,
Yeah. From my box set from 80. There you go.
Cool.
Can you get any of that in?
There's
Yeah.
the ladies' ward.
There's the ladies' ward, and you guys are in the hive.
The hive.
Nice.
Far
See,
away.
I don't
You guys-
think we probably can't get the
Yeah.
hive and the ladies' ward at the same
Yeah,
time.
so here's the hive,
Right.
and then we're going over to the ladies.
Yeah.
And if you look at the top of the map, remember I was saying it's like a tire.
Uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
city's in the
I see.
inside.
The donut
see.
city.
Ah.
Got it.
The
Donut
city of
city.
donuts.
Look at these arrows. They explain it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So if that now we
Oh,
can
okay.
we can take it off
I
if you
see.
guys got
Okay.
a good
Fabulous.
shot of it.
Yeah.
There's the tire.
Back in the 90s and the
So weird.
and the 80s, they had these huge damn maps that were great for, but they now it's
We
like
can make it work if you want to lay it, if you want it to stay on the table.
no, that's okay.
Ah, there we go. I did it.
Do the thing.
All right, cool. So that gives you an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, so we kind of got to go all the way around to the other side. basically.
But,
But we
because
could go the short way because it all reconnects
Oh,
in a
yeah.
donut.
Right.
Go that way.
oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like a Pac-Man wraparound.
right, yeah.
right, and plus, unless there's something interesting that's going to happen between you and your destination, you just magically get there for the next scene. So.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
all right.
So do you guys, before we finish the scene, I think that you guys were kind of working towards a plan.
Yeah.
Why don't you cement that with role play?
Has anyone yet
Did you like
proposed a kill box?
It has been discussed, and we have tabled the discussion
What?
to discuss it later.
Later.
The table's like a two-dimensional box.
Yes.
Right.
Okay.
It's very boxy. You'll
so-
like it.
Celia, you have the ability to get us into the harmonium record office.
I don't
Actually,
know
the
about
harmonium
us.
is the
Yeah.
Hall of Records,
Hall of
which is the
Records.
faded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hall of
okay,
Records.
yeah.
The
Hall of
barracks
Records
is where the harmonium
Okay,
is.
that's what I was trying to say. Hall of Records.
All
Thank
of these places.
you. Yeah.
I am unsure if I could get us all in. That might be a bit too much to ask.
Well,
Just looking for those bees.
I could probably make my way through the Hall of Records.
I have a plan. I will dress as a delivery person and we'll put them in a box, which will transform later into a kill box. I will carry it in and deliver it to a location you tell me. And you say to others when they are like, "Why are you taking this box?" You say, "It is a delivery. I will have a form and I will show it." That's our plan. You're welcome.
This is actually not a bad plan.
This is a plan that involves our good friend Rylas feeling confident in the ability to convince people of a lie.
Yeah.
This is perhaps not a good plan.
And Rylas, I believe in you. I think you're very reliable. But
Thank you. Sarcasm.
However,
Wink, wink.
if we take this plan and we substitute Rylas for me,
This is
I could probably convince someone that I am there for deliveries. Then we get in, we find Zendara's records, we expose her, we take her down.
that's... I see where you're going with that, and that would make sense if we were... you are the best cat burglar I've ever met.
Thank you. It's true.
And if it were sneaking in the dead of night with no one around, you would absolutely be...
That sounds like a plan.
the dead of night.
Let's sneak in the dead of night.
You just like it because it has the word dead in it.
Also, kill box.
Um,
I am stealthy.
but the fact
I
is...
come from ballerinas.
a long line of
We'll table that.
ballerinas.
Do they use? I'm sorry. What was your
Modra?
species again? Yeah. Do they use Modra in the Hall of Records? Do they like help organize things or anything?
They could. If you guys wanted that to be a story thing, we could definitely do that. I think that makes sense.
Okay.
We could say that there
That's where
is,
those 5/8 work. Bastards.
but not a lot. Let's say that there's one of them that works there.
Okay.
And to you guys, they all look the same because they all are built the same.
Right.
Yes.
So
Racist against robots.
I think that's specious.
Yes.
yes,
It might be
Mechanist against robots.
mechanist is the best.
Yes.
Yes.
It may be possible, if you are the delivery person, to have you pose at the actual delivery. Perhaps that we are getting a new...
I am delivering a new Modron clerk who can't speak.
What? Why can't I speak?
Trust me
I'm
on this
very
one.
clever.
It's better. Remember, I'm your friend.
I
You're
think
my friend.
we also would benefit from my family were merchants. We had a lot of dealings with this
Yeah.
department until we were cheated out of everything.
I believe I gave. Do you have contacts?
That's
Is it on the back?
I do.
It's a skill. It would be on the front.
oh skill. I don't. I think
Okay,
that's something
okay.
he has.
Yeah.
But I know how these people work, how they think, and if we were moving through there, I think I can talk our way into the records office where we need to be, or maybe even pose as someone who's here to get the new Modron up to speed.
Yes.
I'm
I think this could work. I think we get in, and then we find out what we need to know, and we get out.
We will have to plan it well, though. There's a lot of information in the Hall of Records. So specifically, what information will we be targeting?
Everything Zendara has ever had her disgusting fingers in.
Zendara. That name is familiar.
Yes, she's your target.
What? Who is
what?
my
Right?
target?
Rylus is supposed to target Zendara?
Yes, Rylus keeps forgetting its objective, but Rylus is supposed to target and assassinate Zendara.
I kill things for money.
It's true.
Who hired Rylus to assassinate Zendara? This is
Well, we
I
don't
am
know.
also
a
confused on this
revelation.
point.
We don't know,
How
but
much
when
money am I getting for this job?
If we're helping, do we get part of the money?
No. My name's on the contract.
I mean, I
is
assume it will
my-
go for orphans and revolutionaries, but
What?
I don't know.
I feel like that's a bad deal.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
I can't.
It's only been 2 hours. It's gonna get old
my
soon. Eventually, you'll
It's
stop.
not. It never. It will never.
Yes. See, when I found Rylus and Rylus
did
and I
not.
became friends,
Find me.
I found you at some point.
I don't think so.
Well, yes, there was.
I'm confused.
Yes, you're confused. You don't remember when we met. But when I found Rylus, it told me that it had this mission this objective to kill Zendara.
Well, that is
I don't
incredibly
recall this
dangerous.
at all.
Yes, it is, which is why I said, hey, stop, you're my friend.
Do we have
I'm
to
your
roll
friend.
to proceed with this blatant lie?
All right, I got to deceive here, because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or okay, so so deceive would definitely
Yeah.
Roll.
Because I need Rylus to believe this story. It might even be true. I don't know.
It's not remotely true.
No,
So what you don't have empathy to
it's
figure
my
out if it's-
truth.
And do you have any aspect that you can use to fight against his
How
silver
about simply
tongue?
my will or lore?
You can use your will.
Willpower. I have an iron will. Ha, ha, ha.
It's more like brass.
Oh.
Sorry. I can't be
Lame.
left out. I have to do that pun joke too.
You do. It's the thing.
It's a thing. I've got Boz on this side and robots on this side.
Yeah. Here we are, stuck in the middle with you.
Stuck in the middle with you. All right, so what you want to do is you roll, you add, you have to pay for that aspect. though.
Robots to the right. Here I
Yeah.
am, stuck in the planescape with you.
So are you gonna just go straight with deceive, or are you gonna use any?
I think.
You should.
Yeah,
You know what? Honestly, though.
Yeah, I think it's just
You should
Deceiver.
roll first, and then you can spend points. I'm doing that wrong. So
Oh, yeah.
you can that way, if you don't need to use points.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So
For the record, while this conversation is happening, it's becoming difficult to follow, and Cinder's going to have a drink.
okay.
This is like, whether true or false, this is drink worthy,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
it's like,
All right.
I
oh
am
my god.
spinning the most elaborate story of how we met and became friends, and
Yeah.
So Cinder's pouring wine for over with
So-
like,
Steam is
Right.
coming out.
Right.
so should I
So
go first?
you
Since
guys-
I'm trying
you
to,
go
I'm
first.
trying to. I'm the one spinning the story.
oh,
Motherfucker.
2 plus my deceive is 3, so that's 5.
So you have 5 right now. We'll see if you need to do any slack. Slack.
Motherfucker.
That is 3 minuses.
Wow.
Wow. So
This is
okay.
the thing I do.
Now, here's your options. You can invoke an aspect, right? Which maybe, you could invoke like Canton is my target or my friend, and that would allow you to either take a +2 or re-roll, which in this case I would re-roll. This is one of the few cases -3, -4 re-roll.
Yeah.
And then you can pick another aspect to give yourself a bonus if you want.
Okay.
So,
I am going to.
Can I spend this for my something is off with Rylus?
you want to compel?
Yeah, because a big chunk of that conversation just got etch-a-sketched, and she's reassessing, or it's reassessing.
Sure.
that.
Now, how would we work this out? If you're gonna give her a compel and you're gonna take it, that means
Doesn't
that
it mean you're compelling something from my list?
yes.
No.
Oh, I thought I was.
Somebody needs to
Oh.
compel from.
No,
So-
I'd have to. Someone would have to compel it for
Oh,
you.
Oh, it's for me to think that something is off with.
Right,
Rylus.
right.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
But that's a
using
good
that wrong.
idea.
But
I
I-
could something
Yeah.
or
Oh my
or
God.
what? Go ahead.
Yeah, because it's in my interest if whatever Rylus comes up with,
Right.
if you assume that my
Right.
version is the truth.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So
Right.
you're
Yeah.
compelling me
Yes.
to think. Well, that
Yeah.
that's
Well,
good anyway. So.
Because in this whole story I've spun, I've also multiple times pointed out how Rylus's memory is
Before
faulty.
you roll.
And
Ergo, what you could do is you could be helping him because you think something is wrong, giving him another +1 onto his roll.
I think I'm really neutral right now.
Okay.
Or Cinder
Okay.
is like trying to figure out what's happening.
Yeah.
Like an assassination against Zendara. Like this little cube, like little compared to a
Little.
Titan.
Fuck you.
Right? Like, it's hard to believe, but she trusts
Yeah.
Canton,
Right.
so
So
it's-
where are we at right now then? So you're just neutral.
Yeah.
You rolled a 5 altogether.
It's 5.
and
total.
Adam
You're-
just paid me off to stay out of it.
And then
Basically.
you used an aspect to re-roll.
Yep.
Are you okay? So roll and see what we get.
Shake that aspect.
Mother.
Oh, you succeed with style.
Canton is your
A lot
friend.
of minuses.
You succeed with style. So
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty. You must have found me.
Right.
Okay.
43287.
That's not. What? That's
Four,
not
three-
even my name. You went backwards. You went back.
Yes, 43287 reminds you that I'm the one you can trust.
Then I have.
He's literally charming the reprogramming of you.
so
Your code changes.
So yeah, it's a little bonus. So for let's say the rest of the scene and maybe the next scene, you're that shakeable. He's your friend. He found you, kind of thing.
He's my friend. He found me. He
Right.
won't let me have a kill box.
But he's
I
your
am
friend.
good with this. Okay.
You
Everything's
could put
different.
Zendara in a
Upside
kill
down.
box.
Now, is it
Yes.
a faux pas for me? to
Remember,
have
there is
a
order in chaos.
donut? Why order?
No.
Okay.
No.
Speaking of kill box, can I have a box of diabetes, please?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Are you going to eat that in front of me?
Absolutely.
You bastard. Nope, doesn't matter. I'm a robot.
There's some in here too.
I
Ooh,
don't
let me see
test-
that one.
I don't like carbs.
These have chocolate on them.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
Let's see. These. Oh, I'm not going to do it. that
one looks
The
really
world's longest chocolate bar.
right.
Thank you. Which one do you want?
I'm okay. I'm gonna have tequila.
Oh yeah.
You know what?
So I think
Jesus.
while
Did you
this
wanna
is
Nothing
happening,
for me.
I think while
Yes?
this is happening, Surlia is just like amused.
Oh, can I have some of those?
But amused, but somewhat uninvested.
Uh-huh.
Like I feel like my loyalty is to Cinder, and it's like wherever
Here
she
you go.
kind of falls in
I
this
actually
fight.
only took half of that, so if
Oh,
you're
okay.
interested.
Right.
Dave's in
Yeah,
the-
your loyalties. To
Dave's in the chat room saying, "You're welcome." The game
you,
before,
Dave.
yeah, the game before ours was like a '70s buddy cop game, so they had
nice.
coffee and donuts.
Nice.
as their
Oh, that's
thing.
awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Oh, look at that.
Oh man.
That reminds me, I'm going to need some coffee to go with this dinner.
I need
You
some
up.
coffee.
Portaline
Please.
is not eating carbs right now,
Yes.
so we're literally being the worst people in the
Yeah,
world.
the worst. I'm having tequila. There's no carbs in that. I'm helping. Helping.
I have an iron will.
Yes, you do. So I think I'm just kind of like watching. I don't know. I haven't
You want
decided
wine?
how I
I'm
feel
pouring
about
wine.
That's coffee for Jolene, please.
I'll have this tequila right now. So I feel like I'm not super a fan of Rylas, but I'm not like not against them. I'm just sort of like
You guys are kind of on the fence.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he says it says things that are
Yeah.
worrisome.
A bit.
Yes.
Do I kill Canton?
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Yeah, as a fighter, I feel like I like trusting my team and my unit, and the fact that they sometimes like swerve into like other things makes me a little hesitant.
In your unit,
But they're
yes,
also
but
very
an actual
tactically
unit.
capable.
Right.
Yeah, so I also have that. That's also a big benefit. So I have like
Yeah, it's hard.
it's difficult.
And besides, as long as Rylas trusts me,
Right. That's why I'm sort of like, I'm gonna just hang back and hopefully he does his thing again, and we're all good.
So does that mean I'm pouring wine for you too?
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely. Yes. But pass me the tequila for real. So. For realsies.
For reals.
game wine
Yeah.
or story wine,
Story
game
wine.
tequila.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Gina's not here to bring all the awesome wine. So.
Yeah.
I bet
Honestly,
she does
I
when we
thought
play
Gina
Monster
brought
Hearts.
because every time we game, Gina has like
Yeah.
the donuts.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
What the fuck?
it's a gaming table.
I want
Yeah.
them. It's so bad right now.
Come game with us, Jolene. It'll be
tequila.
fun, they said.
All right.
It's like that's like going.
There are
That's
no
like
cards.
being an
I've
alcoholic.
decided
going
that
to
the
a bar.
goat is my pet. Take that.
That should totally be a thing. That's amazing.
Okay, so we have a semblance of a plan.
Yeah, so we're going to using my deceptive skills
Okay.
and Surlia's position as a guard at the Hall of Records.
And my ability to look like other robots.
Yes, we are
Hang
going
on,
to.
I'm going to put on some makeup
And
for
I-
this.
Cinder and I are going to pose as people bringing in this new Modron to the Hall of Records as a new clerk.
Okay.
And I can pretend to be a paperwork nerd because I'm
Yes.
not really,
Yeah, yeah,
but I totally
and
am.
that totally are.
for reasons that you're not sure about,
Uh-oh.
you're who has contacts here because you want to be able to get and because you're a burglar, you probably have contacts that will be able to get you some kind of uniform or something else
Oh
that
yeah,
can help out.
Official delivery man uniforms.
Yeah.
Right.
And I actually have talk the talk.
Okay.
I can use burglary in place of contacts when I'm dealing specifically with other thieves and burglars.
Okay.
So maybe Cinder and I go to talk to a contact of mine, another thief, and we're like,
Yeah, I have
we need
burglary
you to
skill as well, so
Oh,
I
okay,
know my
yeah.
way around a little bit. Not
Okay,
not
yeah.
as good as yours, but
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Do you want to? If you use that aspect, I mean the stunt, you'll have to pay for it.
Okay.
But then you can get whatever you need for the thing. So do you want to pay
Can
for
I
it?
do it?
yeah, I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah,
spend
yeah.
money to get fake
I know,
points
right?
or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
Something.
I-
something.
This is like my real life. I'm spending a lot. I'm not seeing a lot return. But unlike my real life, this time I have abs.
As I
It's
put a
all
donut
better.
in my mouth. I love abs.
I love abs.
Let's not
pretend
talk about
abs.
reality
No.
Yeah.
because it's a harsh,
ruining it.
harsh mistress.
Pretend abs.
Pretend abs.
Mind abs.
Mine, yeah.
Mind over
All right,
abs.
so I think we're at a point where we can go to the next scene.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
what time of day? You guys are going to do this in broad daylight while you're working? Like, what's the?
I thought we were sneaking in at night. No,
Oh,
going
no,
in-
we're
we're
gonna.
delivering
We're
that
delivering
plan?
you as a new
guys.
Modron.
Modron is not the one to be planning things.
No.
No,
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
no, you are the delivery.
Maybe like end of the day when people are kind of tired and they're ready to
Yeah.
go home, but not like the end of shift because then they'll be like, come back tomorrow.
Right.
Right.
Like that twilight period where nobody
Right.
gives
Before-
any fucks,
Yeah.
but before they're about
Like
to go
after
home.
3 p.m. on a Friday.
Yeah.
Right,
Before
yeah.
they
A lot of
before
people have left
4:30 on a
early.
Friday.
Yes.
before they take their 5-hour energy
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
that dip. All right. So you guys head up.
I don't
And-
experience a dip.
You you're at work. You're do you try to like make sure that you're
Stick.
close to the offices where they'll be coming in for
Dip me.
deliveries and stuff like that, or are you going to like where are you going to be positioned when all this goes down?
Either that or I'm going to try and have the delivery show up to where I'm going to be.
Okay.
So whichever is easier for me to finagle, whether it's me being in a different place myself or whether having them show up where I'm going to be.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think it'd be great if we like come up. We come in near you, and you can be like, "Oh yeah, I've checked their papers. They're good."
Right. And give them passes and everything.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because we'll have all the fake stuff we need, and you'll be there to be like, "Oh no, there's no problem with this."
Yeah.
Right.
I'm afraid of this guy. What is he going to do?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
How strong am I? Can I become a forklift if needed? Just for future reference.
Fate doesn't really. I mean, it would if it makes sense. You're 700 pounds. You can probably pick up a lot.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I mean, you can pick up yourself at the very least.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Can I do a handstand?
No.
Bugger.
Your little arms would break
Yeah.
and you'd roll and then you
You
might.
can't even do a push-up.
And then I might
Right.
roll a negative.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
in fact, based
Yeah.
on evidence, that
Fake
seems
core joke.
likely.
That's where
Right.
it's how I roll.
Oh, don't high five. that.
So-
Oh,
Yes,
no.
high five that.
We
That
don't-
was
You guys
I don't
are.
approve of puns.
You're just
not
jealous.
not to jump in, but let's do a little bit
Sorry.
more story, and then we'll get back to the
Yeah.
jokes because
Yep.
we all love them.
Oh yeah, there's a story
Wes,
going on.
Wes has had enough of our.
No.
Yeah.
That's right. I've been on that end of the table too.
Yeah.
So you guys are approaching. You're in your area, walking around, and you see them, walking across the streets. The streets are sparsely.
I am a delivery.
Did we have a heist montage to plan this, or?
Sure, we
Did
can.
we have a
Awesome.
great
Cool.
theme song?
So-
It looks great.
You're gonna wrap it.
The montage is going on as you're crossing the street
Yeah.
slowly, and they're doing the
There's a breeze.
Right. Yeah. And we're like painting stencils onto Rylas, and we're like putting
Slow
on our
motion, cool
uniform.
dudes.
Right.
And we make sure that the uniform covers up his abs.
Okay,
That's
because
my
that's
best
always,
negotiating point.
Look at these.
Oh, it's what you're known
That's
for.
why you unveil them in the moment.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
You're a serial abs flasher.
I would like to know someone like that in real life.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a really boring rules question to ask.
Go for.
So, like, two of my highest skills are empathy and will, and I don't really understand what they do.
Will, number one, gives you mental stress because you can take mental stress hits.
Okay.
Plus, if it's something where you're trying to hold on to a situation or fight your way through, or fight yourself, fight
Mental resistance.
mental resistance.
Okay.
And then what was the other one? you asked?
Empathy.
Empathy is knowing how someone's feeling and then being able to use that to possibly
Exploit them.
exploit in a
Or
way.
inspire them to
Or
take a
inspire
particular
them.
course of action.
That's why it's one of your highest
Yeah,
ones,
okay.
because you are either.
Okay, because my
whereas-
deceive is
inspirational.
relatively low,
Yeah.
Right.
but empathy is high. So I can get people to do what I want, but not by lying to them.
Right, you're
Yeah.
inspirational
Yeah.
in a
Okay.
way, whereas with his rapport,
He's a filthy liar.
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
And
he
I'm
just
just
has a
good
good
looking.
like back and forth.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I'm like, hey, remember me? I'm your
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
So as
We
you
got to
guys
get me in front of a crowd.
Yes, exactly.
basically, yeah. So you guys get up and,
Oh, and by the way, as we're crossing the street, my flask finally goes away into
Okay.
my inside pocket.
okay.
And
That's-
then I grab it and take a hit and put it.
So you guys get all prepared. You're walking across, and you get into the Hall of Records, and it's this massive building. There's actually 8 buildings, but the center building is the main one that you're working at. And it's this massive building that's this circular. It used to be a college until it got foreclosed on. Foreclosures are what the fated do. They love going through and wiping out businesses and stuff that they feel they want.
Yeah, personal history.
So what you're
Yeah.
saying
So-
is
Yeah,
that this
yeah.
circular room does not have a kill box.
No, there's no
It could be a kill cylinder,
Yeah.
a cylinder, if you like.
Cylinder.
A cylinder.
calendar.
And
Yeah.
I'm assuming the cylinder would have holes on the side so that the blood just spins out.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, like a
like
lettuce
a
spinner.
kill under.
Kill under.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. That one
Yeah.
did not as work as well.
We got it. We got it. It's
Though
fine.
the explanation of it not working did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, just to clarify, so we're both dressed as delivery people?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I assume
She's
or it could
inside.
be-
Yeah.
You two are outside with your delivery person.
You're doing great, Rylas. Remember, you were programmed not to talk yet. It's very
Crap.
important.
Yeah.
So you guys,
So I don't get to talk.
you don't talk.
No.
I will indicate messages with my eyes.
Yes. There you go. Very good. I know exactly what you're saying.
That's outstanding.
Yes.
So you're standing in the lobby. You guys walk through the door. The the secretary or the person at the desk is
What is
sitting
on
there.
your character's wrist that you just looked at?
Good points.
I just want to know.
I have a bug bite that itches
Yeah.
occasionally on the hour.
And you're trying
tell
not
me
to scratch it.
how far away I am from going home.
It's been a long day. You had a march and everything, so
And
that's
I'm trying to
understandable.
fly casual.
Right?
I'm not trying to act like I'm not expecting a delivery of
It
robbers.
was just such a fantastic pantomime moment.
I yawned exaggeratedly, and I looked at my watch just like you do near the end of the
Right,
day.
I don't
And
know.
then
In a
Jason was an
fantasy setting.
asshole.
Maybe we have
Right.
watches.
Yeah,
I don't
maybe
know.
it's possible.
Right.
It's a sundial.
Yeah. Indoors.
It's actually,
Oh
oh my god, clocks are actually Modron babies. Ryla is walking around and, you're all monsters!
And then eventually they pop into like other
Right.
shapes with different sides. Oh my god, like butterflies.
Right. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to traumatize you, Ryla. It's okay.
Kill
Remember,
box.
I'm your friend. Kill box.
Kill
Find
box.
a kill box.
Yes.
For them
boy.
all.
All right.
So you guys walk into this lobby area. There's this the main person behind the desk looks at you two as you're walking up. You're off to the side.
Looking casual.
Why? Can I help you?
Yes, we are here to deliver this new clerk.
I didn't. What's wrong with its eyes?
It hasn't been set to its initial settings yet, and it has to be initialized.
Really?
Yeah, this is the sort of ambient, lifelike setting for moving around the city for deliveries.
It puts the people at ease, you know.
Okay.
I'm much more comfortable.
Are you sure it's not broken down? Because it looks like it's broken down. It doesn't. It's acting. I mean, I know that they're rogues and everything, and that they're exiles, but they don't talk. It doesn't. Can you say anything?
This one's
Hello?
been programmed not to talk yet.
Because we had some complaints about the other one talking way too much.
They do talk a lot.
Oh,
Yes.
lordy.
They do talk a lot.
So it's just easier.
What was that?
I was miming a kill box.
Yeah, I got it.
You can talk. Wait, kill box?
No. I thought we were going to have that fixed.
Yeah, well, look, once we get this device in place and reset and initialized, everything will be fine.
This is a great spot for a roll.
Sure it is.
I'm gonna kind of like walk over, like when you're like, wait, and like I'm like the guard who's like
Yeah.
protecting you. Is everything all right here?
I don't know. I mean, look at this thing. Did we order? I don't
Hanging.
remember us, or I didn't get anything saying we were getting a new.
There's a beer
Gremlins.
falling over. It happens.
Yes.
Well, I mean,
I can't believe you didn't get the papers. This happens all the time.
So, deceive is where we're going, right?
Okay.
You're deceiving.
Yes.
You're helping, so you're giving them a +1 on your help.
it is Friday.
It is Friday, so
Can you use your empathy to find out if this secretary thinks I'm hot?
Well, yeah. How can I help that? I mean, I'm just trying to assist the lie. At
Or maybe the
this point.
secretary thinks you're hot.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
I am
think
also
just-
helping by largely not speaking.
Yes.
That is really helpful, actually.
Super helpful.
I feel like that should be like a +4.
At least. At least.
So let's say that you're trying to be.
Except you did just talk.
Yeah.
You messed
That's
up.
out of character, robot.
No, the previously.
I am miming a kill box.
Yeah.
It's
That was pretty awesome.
very
am-
not helpful.
I am miming a kill box.
I love it. I love everything about this moment. Actually, I'm gonna
We're fine, thank you. How are you?
real quick before we get to rolling dice or we say any more. I'm like,
Before we say any more.
yeah, get my flask. I'm like, is it 5 o'clock yet? Anyone else? Huh? Not you.
Alcohol does help your genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna take a swig and then offer it to the clerk that we're talking to, or you know, like,
Are you guys? Why are you drinking on the job?
hey, look, we're all on the job. We're all ready to go home. Wait, let's all do our job and get out of here.
So give me a roll, and then we'll see. You want to beat a 4. Actually, because of that, you want to beat a 6.
Oh no,
Oh.
I ruined it. Sorry. I
That's
thought it
the
would
price
make
of
it
the
better.
compel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except I'm self-absorbed.
Wait. How,
So roll first and then spin.
Oh, okay.
if I give him a thing, I have to compel something on his sheet.
Yes.
I can see your
Okay.
sheet. I don't even know what's
Okay.
on there.
But that means that something maybe not good happens when you compel him, which is not bad.
No. I'm
This could go
compelling his.
sideways.
He's the calm in the storm. Like he's able to keep us cool in this moment.
That would be something he would invoke
Oh, okay.
All right.
that he was
Okay.
hateful.
Okay. So if you're compelling, you're kind of like making it a negative.
Making it a
aspect.
Okay, got it. So
All
you
right.
can't really help someone with fate points.
No, you can't invoke somebody else's fate point.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So
That's how it's gonna be today.
is there a way to help him?
You can assist him and give him a +1 by being there and talking.
Yeah, that's.
But
okay.
you took the compel, so you kind of negated that anyway.
Oh right.
I'm
Can I
helping
give
by
it back?
not talking.
Do you now that you know? But
Yeah.
now you have to pay to avoid it.
Yeah. Sorry,
There
I
you
didn't
go.
think that through. Now I understand. That brings it down from a 6 to a 4.
Right.
Okay.
That's a bigger
I
help.
see. Okay.
And I'm helping.
We're learning together.
Yes.
Helping.
Okay.
Yes.
Still
Okay.
helping
Thank you.
by
So
not
now I
talking.
have to beat a +3,
You have to beat a +4.
But you have a +1.
but I have a +1 from the help.
Right. The target
Oh.
number is 4, and then we add up all of the bonuses that
Got
you're
it.
going to get.
Yeah.
Right. So instead of taking away from the target number to make sure that we don't get confused about
Oh,
it.
I
Right.
see. Okay. All right.
So roll
Gotcha.
first, and then we'll add in all the bonuses.
Okay. All right. I'm sure this is going to go great.
Roll good. You
0,
fuck.
0.
Yahtzee. Yeah.
So my deceive is a +3.
Right. And,
And
they're
then-
both helping you, so they're +1/+1.
So that's
Also
5.
helping
By not being
By not
by not
talking.
speaking.
By not-
Yes.
most of the time.
By not hurting, I am helping.
Yes.
All right. So
Pretty much
so,
the best you can
yeah.
get from me.
Yeah.
So that's at least a 5. right? Okay. So and I needed to beat a 4. So, so I get to kind of narrate.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
okay.
gotta get to narrate.
So I think it's clear that that the secretary is into me.
He totally is.
Yeah, it's a he. Or,
Yep.
Okay, either way. As I always say, my characters are pansexual until proven otherwise.
Yes.
He's pansexual too.
He actually
right?
does
Yeah.
say that. He says that.
I do actually say that.
It's not
yeah.
a thing he just came up with.
Yeah, that's a
I just find
regular.
it's a lot easier if all characters are just pansexual. And
Right?
It's more
yeah.
fun that way.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly. Yeah.
Seriously.
So, yeah.
Life would be more fun if we all were.
Right? Yes.
Hang-ups are
Robots.
for other NPCs.
Right? Exactly.
Pansexual robots.
Yes.
I don't like squishy things, though.
Oh, sorry.
Built for war, ready for love.
Yeah.
Okay, so he likes you.
Yeah. So so I slide in close to him. You know.
Just let it go by. And keep
Phrasing.
going. Phrasing. Just let it.
I slide it.
And I
Let it
say,
slip by.
I say, look, I know it's almost time for you to leave. We're almost done. We just got to deliver this thing, get it installed and reset, and then everything will be a lot better. And I will finally get to go out and have some fun at the Whitetail Inn tonight.
Sure. That.
You know where that is, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. How do I compel something? Because I want to compel your ego.
Right. Wait, to do what? Yeah.
They're learning.
Wait, before I wait. Yeah. Don't snitch.
Yeah, he is very interested in you, and he wants to know exactly when you're going to show up, and when he can expect you there, and if he can be helpful in any way right now to he's very infatuated with you all of a sudden.
Okay.
He wants to touch your butt real bad.
Oh, okay.
Or vice versa.
I'm translating. I'm translating.
Kimmy's making obscene
So
gestures.
you can take this or not. Basically, your presence has made him puppy loved.
Twitter-pated.
Twitter-pated.
Bow,
See-
chicka, bow, bow.
But you don't have to take this.
So it's bow, bow,
Yeah,
bow,
because if
bow.
I take
Bow,
that
bow, bow,
and
bow.
I like give into it, then I'm gonna have to stay here,
Right.
And they're gonna have to go do the thing, and they might not keep that Zandara priority. So
Cough.
The last one. Okay.
I'm out of fate points.
Okay. I
yeah.
guess I can meet you there later. That's cool.
Yes.
Oh,
Nah, I will buy you a drink.
Oh, that's great. That's great. We can meet there and have fun. What time would you like to meet?
Just
Too bad you can't look at your watch.
I know. Let me
Luckily,
check
what
my
do you
Modron,
have?
baby. And
Am I supposed to feel bad about that?
I broke myself. Talene helped.
Your children are property.
At the 10th bell.
I know.
Let's be there.
Is it though? They're really useful. How would anyone get to appointments on time?
Oh, that's just not okay.
I killed the whole party.
Everybody died.
That's fair. That's also reasonable.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
you tell him.
Yeah,
and-
yeah. I make
Okay.
arrangements to meet him.
Sounds good.
And
So-
yeah, and
You guys
yeah.
walk down
Hey,
the
and
hall.
if it helps, you can have the guard escort us. I don't mind.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. The kill box thing was a little worrisome.
It's a little weird.
Yes. And the eyes are darty, and now that's winking at me.
Well, not all of us can have beautiful eyes like yours.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you very much.
God, I wish I was this slick in real life.
Very few people are.
It's true.
That's why we play games.
I know, right? Yeah. Like, I can think of great lines when I'm like up against an NPC. It's
Right,
like-
exactly.
Up against an NPC.
Right.
When you'd like to be up against an NPC.
Listen up your microphone.
I'm trying. I'm terrible
Hey,
at this.
folks, it's not me banging my microphone right now.
For once.
Yeah. It's Adam.
Oh, is that what?
Yeah.
Are people complaining about Adam?
Again.
We are. I don't know about other people, but they're complaining.
The chat room's all like, Adam's great. Adam's so cool. And Jason and Kimmy are like,
We're keeping it real. Is what we're doing.
All right.
We're managing
So
expectations.
you guys are going. You're managing expectations. I'm really sorry. Wes just let this go off the rails
Somebody
really
invite
badly.
Kimmy to help a player. It's like, I will give you beers. How do I give them beers?
You can't. It's fine.
Oh my god.
So
My
guys head
sarcasm is
down
free for all.
to where the records are. And you start looking through these different file boxes and figuring out
You
what's
can talk
going
now,
on.
but
Oh,
only to
God.
us.
I missed
yeah.
talking.
Who's around us in the file room? Are we just on our own?
One of the Modron who works here walks over.
Hi, friend.
Why are
Let's
you-
high five.
The little stubby arms. Why are you here?
I am new here.
We're like
I-
the Coneheads.
Yeah.
For those over 35.
What would? So I want to ask this Modron to go get something for us that's really far away.
Why would I get you
And
something?
that's an
You're
out
a
of
delivery
character
person.
question. I'm trying to think of using my knowledge of this place to think of like
yeah.
this thing is a record getter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it make
is now.
sense
Yeah.
for it to start training me in my job?
That's a very logical thing. That would,
Yeah, it is.
I'm doing a robot dance of success. Successful logic.
You're welcome.
Or you're sawing wood. I'm not sure which.
It's an excellent robot dance.
What
Part
you
of
said?
ballet.
What you said makes way more sense than what my character is going to ask it to do.
Okay, go
Perfect.
for it.
She's
That
a little
makes
bit
sense.
drunk,
Yeah.
and she's going to
Yeah.
go with that.
Go
You got a
ahead.
fate point for it, so,
So,
might as well.
so what's my like? Do I need to check like a knowledge? I'm trying to think of the thing that would be the furthest away from here that this thing is going to have to trundle along.
Ooh, is
and-
it alphabetical?
I hope so.
And we're looking for Zendara. So
Right. So I need the file on A. Aaron Aronson.
Aaron?
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay, so what exactly are you going to ask this thing to do?
We need the file on the Archon Wizard of Archaeology, and that,
Why? You are a delivery person.
Well, that's for the training material to initialize our new Modron here. To be able to refile that, we'll be able to get the settings in order.
My settings are bad.
Settings
Programming.
doesn't make sense. You don't have settings. You're just
What?
a
I
person.
don't?
You're like them, but less squishy. You can think for
Definitely.
yourself.
We were
I
told
can.
we were told this particular Modron isn't great at thinking for itself.
Oh, that is true.
They're bad to you. They're mean people.
This is also true.
No, we are.
You shouldn't treat your Modron friend like that.
Your Modron? How offensive! It does not belong to us.
I
do
said
not-
friend.
These are just delivery people. I barely met them.
I'm just saying what we were told.
Podcast listeners, I beg you, you must watch this YouTube video or Twitch. Please, you must.
Because
And just-
literally Talene's twitching.
yeah, just watch Talene's twitching.
Yeah, the visual is priceless.
Yes.
You don't understand the
So,
visual media.
I'm
Yeah.
just winking. Stop overstating it.
You're winking like you injected cocaine into your eyelids.
That's how I wink.
Which is a normal way to do cocaine.
Yeah,
Right,
totally.
yes,
For
It's
a
not a
Modron.
judgment. However you do your cocaine is fine.
However-
RPG would like to warn you that is not how you do cocaine.
In fact, maybe don't do cocaine if you can help it. Like that would be ideal.
Yeah.
It's not
Probably
good
better.
for you.
We're not judging, but please do not take our advice on how to
Yeah.
actually do cocaine.
How to inject yourself
Yeah.
with cocaine.
In the eyelids. his men.
Don't inject anything in your eyelids. How about that?
Between the toes, nobody knows. All right, so
So I'm gonna have like
Poor Wes probably
like-
wanted like an actual serious story.
I'm
I
okay
don't
with
think
whatever as long as it's entertaining for the people in chat. That's
Is it?
cool.
Ask them if they're entertained.
Have they all left?
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Are we getting close to some kind of rolling situation?
We
Because
actually are in one because now you have to deal with this person.
I'm gonna say that because we didn't specify that I didn't walk in with them.
Okay.
That I was still at my post, and then when the other guy who has a date now,
Yeah.
went back to his post.
All right.
I then kind of wandered off like I was gonna check on them or escort them.
Okay, cool. All right, that's
He's
fine.
like, I
And so
wasn't
I'm
just
probably
making it
walking up
right?
about
that
now.
tiefling was into me, right?
No, I
He
don't.
was
Oh
in-
yeah,
he was-
no,
right?
yeah,
He was
Yeah.
totally
yeah.
Yeah,
Good.
so
Nice job. I think
He
he had
was
good
into
abs
you.
underneath that uniform.
sure he did.
Wait, I thought he was hitting on me.
Yeah.
So, at this point, you're trying to get this Modron to get the information farthest
Yeah.
away,
Yeah.
whatever.
The Archon Wizard of Archaeology, A. Aronson.
Okay, so just give me a roll with your. You don't have deceive or
I
anything.
have a little bit of deceive.
Why don't you
you
use
have
deceive?
empathy, and robots don't
Yeah.
have feelings.
Yeah, or
I mean,
empathy.
Modron.
That's racist.
It's
Mechanist.
specious.
Mechanist.
Go ahead.
Am I doing empathy?
I would say, yeah, because you've got another Modron here, so maybe you're trying
Yeah.
to use that as
Yeah.
a way to say, look, I've got this other Modron
Yeah, feel
here.
bad for this. This Modron isn't.
Right.
You know,
I would
there's
like to
some-
help him with my obvious confusion.
All right, that's fine. So you get a
nice,
plus
yeah,
one
yeah.
from her.
All right. Well, I've got a +3 empathy, so here we go.
And the dice, yeah.
Okay.
So one.
Dear
It's
what?
negative one.
So total of 3
Okay.
is what I've
Okay.
got.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Um,
yeah, we're going to, I'm going to say that 3 is enough for this particular
Oh, okay.
thing. And he goes, okay, I will go, what was the name again?
The Archon Wizard of Archaeology, A. Aaron Aronson.
That's okay. I will go get it. As he
He's a famous academic.
didn't put that in the name though because he felt it would be too many A's.
Yeah.
The secret to a good lie is just a little bit of truth.
So he's gone. And
As
the four
somebody
of
who
you.
knows the time perfectly well, I would know how long it will take him to get back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You guys have. It's a really big hall, so we're gonna say you guys have 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
All right.
Okay, how do we find Zendara's files? Anyone?
I have a specialist in mechanics. Is this a mechanical filing system?
Sure.
Haha.
Nice.
So useful. You didn't let me speak, but I have good things to say.
So why don't we use
Did
your?
you know wild dogs can count? Haha.
One.
Let's say that. Let's use your lore.
Okay.
So your lore is a +3. To find this particular, I'm going to say it's a +5. So
And can I
Yeah,
assist
it's
with
tough.
my big lore as well?
there's a reason for it. You'll see in a second.
Oh, shoot.
Can I help? Because I would probably know at least kind of what general areas
yeah.
some things
So
are
we
in.
can say she gets a +2 from
Okay.
one from both of you.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
So go ahead and roll and see where we're at, and then we'll go from there.
Mother of.
That one still counts even. That's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
just a -1. And what did you had 2 from them.
And my lore is 3.
Okay.
5 out of 4
And you were
then.
5 out of 4. Do you have an aspect you want?
The world must not fall into order.
Yes.
There you go.
Nice.
So, yep, you find it.
Ah, here it is. Zendara.
Locked for some reason.
What?
The box is
The
locked.
box is
It's-
locked.
she said- suddenly it starts tickling.
It's tickling me. Ha, 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 ha,
It starts ticking very rapidly as it's jiggling.
No, stop
I'll
shaking,
jiggle
stop
it
shaking
harder. That
Stop
will get
shaking
it loose.
No, stop shaking it. What What is that?
Try
I
to
get-
unlock
Tick,
it.
tick, tick, tick,
Yeah,
tick,
yeah,
tick,
let
tick,
me
tick, tick,
unlock
tick.
it.
You wanna
With
do-
your
with my
stealth
burglary awesomeness.
burglary.
Right.
Check for
so
traps.
this is a 6. Yeah. This is a 6.
If they don't have watches, do they have
Okay.
bombs?
All right, so I have +4.
It's a baby Motron.
It's a baby Motron about to explode.
I don't
You
have
killed
a
one of your
fate
own
point to get a bonus. Okay, so I just need 2. I need a 2.
Can I assist with my burglary as well?
Sure. So
Yeah.
you get a
Oh.
+1.
All
Oh,
right.
you're watching for the traps? Okay, all right. So
Okay, wait. You know what?
Are you
Oh,
picking
You're
a lock?
you're taking a big risk. So I'm going to say life is too short for caution.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to compel that. So now you have a fate point. You're doing something that's
Okay.
really, really dangerous.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So if you want to use it right away,
So
you
I
can
might
or
need
hold
to
on to it.
Okay, but I can roll first.
You roll first.
Okay, so I've got my +4 and your +1. So I've got +5 and I need 5, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That counts.
Okay, come
No,
on.
it counts.
Oh,
It
it
counts
counts.
if
You
you
count
want
it?
it.
Oh, it's...
Oh.
Okay, so this is
0.
5.
5.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you get it.
Okay.
You unlock it, and there was some kind of mechanical fuse in there that was about to go off with the spell.
Oh.
So like a fire spell was going to
Yeah.
burst out. Yes.
I'm just going to bring up the chat box says that you in fact made a kill box happen.
Yes!
Unintentionally.
Yes!
Oh,
you got your
but-
kill
I
box.
got my kill box.
Oh, thank you, Cole Drake. That's awesome.
That was awesome.
I will take
Nice.
I will take credit for it, even though I did not think about it.
Sure you did.
It was accidental
It just
awesomeness.
it happened so
It
naturally.
was just
Yeah.
awesome,
Yeah.
osmosis.
That's what
It
a
was
great
like-
DM you are.
Yes.
Coming up with a clever name for
Yes.
somebody. Like,
So there are tons of records. She's been around the city for a very long time, and there are, lots and lots of
Are
like
there photos?
no,
Compromising photos.
no,
Damn it.
it's
Paintings?
Animated gifs.
no.
But this-
All of these are sheets of paper. Paper is what we used to use back in the day.
I don't understand.
Yep.
What is this? Does not compute.
this is it. All of this information. Surely there's got to be something in here that brings Zendara down.
Yes.
You only have like 5 minutes until.
5 more minutes.
We
Then my
should
friend comes back and we
take it
begin
and
the
just
rebellion.
go.
They're gonna notice it's missing.
We kill all humans.
All the humans
It
are
doesn't
dead.
matter?
And a kill box.
Was this all that we want? Did we want anything else on any of the harmonium? I'm falling into Adam's accent.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's easy to fall into something that's so haphazardly created.
Yes.
So, it changes
Did we
with
not
like
want
every
to find
line.
something that was against the harmonium as well?
That would be
Wouldn't you
bad.
just be closer to the errands and think with your soft brain?
Would be. I don't know what we can get on them. This place employs the harmonium.
Right.
But we could get their names and home addresses and dox them.
Employment. I don't know what the docs thing
How do
is.
you dox the people
but-
who are in SWAT?
Yeah.
Oh,
We got my. This is my place.
There's no peer.
what we
in
do
this
is
city.
we call in a crime and a kill box, and they enter the kill box, and then we kill box them. I have so many great plans. I am underappreciated in this squad.
We will one day build you a kill box.
It
And a kill box.
may not be bad to know who their leaders and higher ups are.
Or we could burn.
The leaders,
We could
useful.
burn those.
and then
records,
dox the
too.
leaders.
We could burn those records, and
Then what? Then
Stall
they
their
don't know
paychecks?
they
who,
would be.
who they do. They lose their pensions.
They would be.
And then their old age, they're eating cat food. It's terrible.
They would
That
be-
is a cruel thing to do.
They would be thrown into complete disorder.
Wouldn't they just check with one another that they'd been working together? I don't
2
know
minutes.
how you humans do things.
We should just take the win that we have and go. We
Right.
put the box back. We take the records. We go. We figure out what we can learn from there.
Wait, do I get to leave with you? Does that blow the cover?
You have to work here
They leave
forever.
it back. They leave it back.
We can leave in a few minutes when the day is over.
I will clock out.
Yes, you will clock out.
I get overtime.
They're
And the
really
clock out
stingy
machine is
about that.
actually another mode.
Puts it in its mouth. Bites down on it.
I hate life.
Yeah. So Cinder and I should get out of here. And the two of you can cover?
Go on.
Okay.
I will watch
So-
your back. You
Okay.
are my friend.
I am your friend.
I can't believe we're passing up a chance to hamstring the harmonium.
Okay. Let's go.
Goodbye.
Cinder.
Do I get any sort of coffee break?
As we're walking
You're going to
away,
be here for 10 minutes.
as we're walking away, I say to Cinder, it might be easier to do something about that if we're a little stealthier than we were a few minutes ago.
Goodbye, friends.
It's yelling across the office.
It's all echoing.
Yeah.
Goodbye, bro.
Goodbye, friends.
Goodbye, Modron that I knew for 5 minutes.
I work here now.
Goodbye, too.
So what was your point before?
Yeah, so as Cinder and I are walking away, I'm like, hey, now that we have left, Subtlety McSuttleson.
Because you know you can crack any lock.
I can.
Yeah.
I can get into anything.
Yeah.
I'm going to start giving 7, 8, 2, 3, 4 a tour. So
Okay.
just kind of like,
Wait, where are you taking her? I just got back with this. Where is your friend? I got this information about this wizard who I didn't think was real. What was in there?
friend?
It's a very famous archaeologist.
You mean the two delivery people? I think they were on the clock. They had to go.
Shit.
Give it to me, and I will refile it to demonstrate my usefulness and skills.
You don't know where this goes.
Well, show me. This is part of my job training.
I was gonna go on a tour so she'd know where things were.
It
It.
is my
Sorry,
preferred
I
pronoun.
apologize. It would know. It knows where things are.
Gender is for biology.
Is
Fine.
that not a necessary function to know where things are?
No.
Why are
can
you
take
talking
her.
like a robot?
It's a thing. It's addictive.
It's a lot of fun.
Give me
Fine,
some
no,
accent
I'll-
sponge.
Yeah.
I know, me too.
I'll refile this. You take it with you.
Yeah.
It's confusing when it is a gender and also a thing. Maybe they or there. Anyway, let's go.
I'd like to see the break room first.
Very well.
So you guys go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't have to narrate the break room.
The break
No.
room is lovely.
No. So, what is your plan?
So, let's pass by the H's.
Won't someone see us?
Of course not.
No. of
Yeah,
course
actually,
not.
I've had too much drink.
Yeah.
Too much to drink to worry about that. So,
Are you kidding?
yeah.
There's nothing I can't steal.
All right.
Now that we're in, this is the Hall of Records. Imagine what we could find in here.
Did you see Surlia's work outfit? She looks really great in that.
Yeah, she's very pretty.
So you're
Not into fur.
you're walking around.
Wool.
Neatly trimmed.
And wool. Not fur.
It's wool.
Wool makes me itchy.
Wool is for sheep,
That's
not for
sheep.
goats. That is specious. I'm not even there.
Yeah.
Hit the break room.
I lost control 2 hours.
Break room.
Hour
Nope.
3.
We are 2 hours and 43 minutes. You lost control 2 hours and 42 minutes ago.
Yeah. No, he gave like a 10-minute introduction where like
listened.
we
He was
were actually
completely in
quiet.
control.
Yeah. The mistake was letting us talk as well. Yes.
Yeah. Should have just handed us scripts.
Yeah.
Just read this.
This would be
Yeah.
better for you.
So, you're in a huge room with tons of records. And
Stop laughing.
I will set fire to, if you want to take it, I will set fire to the system.
Oh, I was already thinking about this.
Okay? But I'm giving you a point to
But
actually
take a
do
fate
it.
point. Take a whatever that is.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah.
I'm compelling it, or
Or he's already doing things.
he's just stealing some stuff for the harmonium.
Yeah. Yeah, this was my original motivation was like,
Burn this down.
yeah,
Okay.
this would really disrupt a lot of things.
Okay. So play this out. How exactly does this? So you're trying to break in and get the harmonium
Yeah.
stuff.
So we stop at the spot for harmonium files, and I start finding things that I can get into, and pulling out files and everything.
Okay, so as he's pulling, just to set the scene, as he's pulling stuff out, you hear the flicker of the bend of paper and the sound of dry parchment.
Yeah.
And it starts to kind of bore into your brain as you think
like
about
crackling.
heat and crackle and
Yeah, I was thinking about this earlier too. It wasn't specified here, but my merchant family, it didn't say what we sold. And I thought
whatever
it'd be
you'd like.
delightful irony if a family of fire genasi were booksellers.
Right. But they were all made out of like asbestos. Books.
Yeah, like they had to be
yeah.
really careful with them. But like,
Why do all of our customers have
yeah.
cancer?
her ancestors loved books. They're like, oh, books are so good, don't burn it. Oh,
yeah.
dang it.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, and then the resale
Yeah.
is just
Right,
through
yeah.
the roof.
Yeah.
I'm back for another book.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right.
So yeah, you're hearing all these sounds of paper moving around. You're
Yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
You're not paying attention to them as
Right.
sweat starts to come down
Yeah.
his
And,
brow
like, the smell
or her
of
brow.
paper reminds me of my family's store.
Right.
Yeah.
All of this is like, but I think what I also know how to do is, like put a fire in a stifled place so it's gonna burn real slow
Okay.
and smolder,
Okay.
and then
Set off a fire alarm.
and then like as soon as somebody goes to look, like what's wrong in this, and then whoosh, the
Ooh.
like
Backdrop.
yeah, starting to set up points around the records room that could,
Let's say to find the perfect place. Let's say investigate.
yeah, okay,
Oh.
And beat a 4.
okay,
Okay. It's just an overcome. Okay.
yeah,
So roll first.
and then I can use a token if I need to.
Yeah, you can
That-
do the aspect if you need to.
Okay, that's 0. I've only got 2 investigate. So if I spend one of these, I can get another +2. Is that?
You get a +2 if
Yeah.
you spend one of those on an aspect.
Yeah, I think if I spend it on the, I will set fire to the system.
All right.
I'm
Cool.
motivating myself to find the right way to do this to do the most amount of damage.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Because if I
Literal.
start one fire, someone's gonna come in with a bucket and put it out.
Right, right. So, are you aware of what he's doing? Are you engrossed in so engrossed you're not watching what he's doing?
I think there's never enough gold, so I'm sort of like I kind of played this off as
wait. That's a really good point. There is never enough gold. Maybe you're not just looking at her. Maybe you're not even looking at harmonium. Maybe you're trying to find another high up with another place.
Any sort of someone you can blackmail, or
Steal from.
Yeah.
I mean,
so you really don't notice what I'm up to.
no, I know, and I'm like one for you, one for me. I'm like, here's a harmonium file, and I'm gonna
Right.
take this one, and here's a harmonium file, and I'm gonna take this one,
Right.
and here,
So
and I
you
just
guys-
kind of mutter like, "Oh, it's a shame you just can't burn this whole place down after we steal from it, cover our
Yeah,
tracks."
real shame.
Yeah,
So you're walking around with Rylus, right? And where exactly are you taking it?
I'm wondering if I noticed where you were going. Like, did I notice? Like we both hate the harmonium. So do
Yeah.
I know you well enough that like?
Well, I think it looked like we were just going to leave.
Right.
And then we kind of went back into the records room in another entrance, but I don't know if you could see us. Like, my
Also-
head is literally ablaze.
Yeah.
And did we make
So-
some sort of
And
plan?
I am addicted to you, so I pay close attention
Oh,
to you
yeah,
wherever
that's
you
true.
go.
Yeah.
So do I need to roll to see if I know where they went?
I
I mean, I don't know what I'd roll, but
No, you don't need to roll for
Okay.
that.
All right.
Your addiction. Let's just say you have a good
there she is.
sense.
There she is.
There she is.
She's over there. I
smell burning hair.
She's the best.
So,
Okay.
what? So yeah, you know
Tayling's done
where
with that joke.
she
She's
is.
like, all right, guys. Okay.
Where I'm not.
Eileen is weak from hunger, having not had any donuts, but aware of their existence this entire time.
Just like breathe it in. That's
Right, yeah.
I wonder how much smells.
It's just
Very
like
carbs.
Yeah, it's just like carbohydrate.
Yeah.
Right.
So you know where she is.
Okay. So I'm going to specifically avoid like the areas where they went.
Right.
So I'm going to show her the break room
Okay.
and
do
the
whole thing.
entrance.
Okay.
Yeah, and just like
where are you going to meet them?
That-
Where
I'm
did
sorry.
you guys make a plan of where you're meeting?
Right.
we were going to finish off the work day.
And then
Okay.
leave undetected.
Yes.
And reconvene in a rendezvous point.
Later.
That you already said.
Yeah,
Okay.
to not heighten suspicion, because if like I ditch out early and like after all this goes down, because I probably would like to keep my employment.
Just in case.
Now that things are burning down, I don't know about that. Sorry, part. So
Yeah.
I just know they went somewhere else, and something else is probably.
But the
up.
burning
I'm
down
also-
was not part of the plan.
No.
No.
I'm also
no.
leaving little drops of liquor. Like I get something smoldering, close the drawer, put some
So,
liquor
like-
around the floor.
Yeah.
Like
You
an
know.
Hansel and Gretel. Like,
You're like, yeah, it's gonna. It's like a
burning.
timer. It's like a shitty timer.
It's
but
a shitty title.
yeah, but it's gonna go off.
Yeah.
Okay. So all of this is going on, and you're setting these little fires, and you're setting them inside these file boxes, and then shutting the file boxes, and you are kind of placing them, and you're grabbing files you're not supposed to. And
Shocker.
Someone.
Don't be surprised, Rylas.
You hear footsteps walking up behind you. You are not delivery men. And the Modron takes this like club
Oh, can I?
off its side and just swings hard.
Do I
towards
also
your
have a
head.
club? Is Modrons carry clubs? a
You're
thing?
actually, you guys are doing the you
We're
went the
on our
opposite
tour.
way. You're on the tour.
Out of game. Do Modrons have clubs?
This one does.
Oh.
So,
I
and
want a
in
club.
Fate, it really doesn't matter because it's more just for aesthetic than it is anything else because it's
Yeah.
how many shifts you get.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it
Go ahead.
possible to? And maybe I'm getting hit, and I can live with that. But
I don't know if you're getting hit. I haven't rolled
yeah,
yet.
well, like as soon as this thing comes up to me and says you're not, I'm like firebolt,
Okay.
because I'm already like I'm half drunk. And I'm setting fires, and I'm like, no, we're done here
The
anyway.
only reason that I'm going to kind of fiat this
Yeah.
is because I don't usually like doing that, but because I compelled both of you.
Yeah,
You guys
we're
are
on the back
gross.
foot. Sure, yeah,
You're on.
totally
yeah.
fine. I get
So
it.
that's
Yeah.
the only reason I'm doing that.
Totally
That
get
makes
it.
a lot of sense.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm pretty entranced with my own fires. Right
Yeah,
now,
you've
so
been
that's-
setting. You're setting tons of fires, and
Sure.
big things are about to happen. So it just makes sense.
Okay.
One
do,
of
I,
these-
I'm just seeing all the money I can make with these
Right.
files.
do I roll anything to defend
Well, first I do
myself,
my
or-
attack, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
you'll do your defend move.
Okay.
Oh.
Maybe he'll roll real poorly.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I did.
Oh,
yay.
wow. -2.
-2.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Oh, but he has
But he's
aspects.
using his stuff.
I'm thinking.
He's got all of the tokens over there.
How many tokens?
I only get 4 tokens per scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this stack is it's really this much.
Does that include ones you spend to compel? Or
No,
so
that's because
that's
compels help
limitless.
you guys in a way. I
Yeah.
can
Right.
compel as much as I want.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a 50-50. Like we can,
Yeah.
and we can decide if we want it to
Yeah,
affect
you
us.
can
Yeah.
you can pay for it.
Yeah.
Like I watch the table and go, okay, Adam's getting low. I can compel at this point to give you a few more.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's that economy thing
Right.
that we're talking about.
Okay, yeah. But yours, when you invoke aspects for NPCs or obstacles,
I pay
you
for
only
it.
get 4.
I only get 4 for the entire scene.
Okay.
So it's
Cool.
just 1
Okay.
per person.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm at a -1, -2, and my phone. I should have turned off the. Dun, 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 dun. Sorry.
Unless that's the sound my head makes with the club. Ding, ding. Oh. And we have a flashback scene to Cinder's boxing.
Right,
past.
yeah.
So it's funny. My daughter, who's been raised in the valley her entire life, I'll be like, you've got such a valley voice. You've got such. Dad, I don't have a valley voice. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't have a valley voice. I totally don't.
How old is she now?
14.
Oh my gosh! Wow,
Don't say that.
so great.
Dare you, Dad?
Oh my
Dad.
god! Oh my god!
And I'm
would you
overdoing
say
it, but
that?
it's still, you're like,
Yeah,
yes,
it's
you
there.
do.
Yeah.
You are from the
I
valley.
don't know what you're talking
Don't know
about.
what are you doing?
It's totally the worst.
Not even
God.
cool.
Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to save my points. I'm going to say he misses you, and the club goes into the metal wall right above your head. You just bam, and it actually puts out the fire in your head for a moment. It goes because of the whoosh, and just whoosh, fire
Look
goes
at
away.
me!
I'm bald. And then it comes.
And Adam thumped his microphone on the table.
Adam, you're the worst.
Sorry.
Adam ruins everything.
We're gonna
It was a visual gag. It was totally worth it.
The podcast people are like, we hate them so much. I hate that guy.
Please ban Adam from all podcasts.
No, just ban Adam from moving around ever.
But
So, Jason, this thing slams, so you don't need to make a defend roll. What do you want to do in response?
Probably yell, "Guards! This Modron's gone insane!" Celia! It's because I know this guard's name because I met her earlier today, 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
And
So you're trying to yell to get their attention.
yeah.
I'm going to say yes. You're walking kind of far away. You're about to leave this area, and we have already established.
My crush needs me.
We've already established that it's echoey. So you hear the sound
I
of
played with horses a
cinder.
lot as a kid. I know these sounds really well.
You really need a coconut. You need coconut.
That's perfect.
I don't have those. The little chips.
Not a
work
goat
well.
is on. You got two coconuts shebanging together.
There's an African swallow.
Those jokes are never old.
No, because we're all geeks and we
Yep.
love it. All right, so you hear the sound, and this help, this Modron's gone insane, that kind of thing. That Dudley Do-Right sound for some reason.
All right, I'm gonna literally
so-
spin and gallop that way.
Okay, so you just
Where are you
basically
going?
picked her to go next. So
Yep.
now who do you pick to go next?
I'm running there. I guess it makes most sense for me to pick it, so because it saw me run off. Now, what's its
Where are
reaction
you
to that be?
going? I haven't filled out my paperwork for HR yet.
So you're chasing after. So you guys hear the clattering of hoofs and whatever the hell those
700-pound footsteps.
Yes.
I want to get paid.
On marble floor,
Who
probably.
do you pick to go next then?
I'm gonna go wild card and pick you.
Yeah, I think that's smart.
Wait, but didn't
Excuse me.
he start?
Just swinging.
GM
I
started.
did.
Oh,
Very
you-
good point.
So-
Yes.
So he
okay.
can't go next.
So
Yeah.
you've already
So I'm
gone.
the only one who hasn't gone.
Then
Yeah.
you are going.
Okay. I am going to. Are these shelves could you push them over?
Or are they
Can
against
you-
a
or
wall?
are they? Yeah.
Let's
are
say
they
that
domino style?
I for story effect, because there's going to be a lot of them, so there's a big wall. They're pretty high, but they're domino effect.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
A la the Mummy from 1999 or whatever.
All right. So I'm going to because
It's a
I'm
good one.
Yeah,
So
the
I'm
first one.
lithe and athletic. I'm a cat burglar, so I'm going to just scramble up the side of one and then just get to the top and just start rocking and get some momentum. And
to like.
But is
knock
it a
over.
sexy kind of rocking?
It is a sexy kind of.
Yeah, because his shirt tore open while he was
Oh,
climbing
yeah.
up.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And showing his abs.
Yes.
So many
Yeah.
abs.
Yeah. And these uniforms, you know, like I just like flex and then like the shoulders just rip and I just
Right.
pull the sleeves right
There
off.
seems to be a breeze out of nowhere.
Yeah. So now you're just wearing a vest.
Right, yeah, yeah.
But a stylish,
Stylish.
ripped vest.
Yes.
Okay.
Distressed.
Yeah.
It's distressed.
You go
Distress.
through more clothing.
So
Right.
this is pretty high, and it's metal, and some big modron is hitting it and
Yes.
trying to whatever. So that's a, let's say, burglary as you're trying to go up it. So let's just put it at. Let's put it at a great, which is a +4, right? So you're
Okay.
going to get a +4 to do it,
All right. Now I have +4 with my burglary, so
right? Roll first, and then we'll see where we're at.
1,
That's
so
a
5.
So you're up
Yeah.
at the top, and you start to shake this section, right? Shake it.
Shake that funky bookshelf,
Not a
white
hip.
boy.
I'm a red boy.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah, sorry,
you.
my bad.
Tiefling.
I'm such a
that
shark.
damn shirt.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
All right. Okay. So who do you want to? Were you the last person?
Yes.
the last.
Yeah, I was the last person.
Now you didn't. I don't think Jason actually went.
Oh, does my calling for help not an
Oh,
action?
that's true. You did call for help. Yeah, but I don't think any game on the face of the planet where you
Oh,
can you
yeah.
can yell out, and that's
Oh,
not really
okay.
an action.
Um,
So
Then it would be
yeah, it
Cinder.
would be.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thought you had gone.
No, that's all right. I thought I did too.
No, I wasn't thinking about it. So go ahead.
The
Try to be fair.
Yeah.
It's good of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you! You said something. What would you? Now the club went right above your head into the filing cabinet.
So I don't know if I said this. I was already picturing myself as having like fallen over backwards.
Okay.
Like club coming at my head, like oh my god,
Right.
and sort of fell down onto my back, which I think is also going to be great when the bookshelf falls over. So
Right.
that was good prep.
Right. Okay.
But from the floor, and like really nobody can see me from here, right? Like
No.
except the Modron.
Yeah.
So yeah, firebolt into his stupid face.
Which is quite big
Yeah,
because
Yeah.
he's a 6-sided die.
yeah.
True.
So what you want to do is you're going to have to pay
I'm gonna use
to
my
do the
extra.
extra.
Okay.
So give me the point.
Okay.
And read the extra real quick. What is the bonus on it?
You can shoot a firebolt once per scene at a +2 to your fight skill.
Okay.
If you succeed with style, they're caught on fire. This can be invoked for free by anyone. Oh, if they're on fire.
Right,
It
if they're on
creates
fire.
an aspect that they're on fire.
Yeah.
And my fight is 1, so now it's 3.
Uh-huh.
And
Go ahead and give a
is it?
roll.
Okay.
He's right up on top of you. So I have to roll a defense. Let me roll first, and then that way you'll know what he's got.
Sure.
Okay, so I've got a 1. I'm going to use my aspect made out of brass
Yeah.
as a defense, so that'll give me a +2, so that gives me a 3.
3 defense.
3 defense.
Okay.
So unless you
Does tie go to the defender?
tie goes to the defender. Yeah.
Okay. So I need 1. Okay.
Ouch.
So can I
You can
spend
add-
this to
you-
reroll?
You can. What aspect are you going to use to? He's order, and he is in your way.
I will set fire to the system.
and you're trying to set fire to
Yeah.
him. So
So-
that's a +2 or a reroll.
Oh wait,
how much
so
is? Where's
what am
it
I
at?
at?
Let's-
I'm at 2, so that would take me to a 4.
That would take you to 4.
Yeah, so I don't need to reroll that.
There
right?
you go.
Okay. How much is succeed with style? Is that a whole
That's
bunch
+3 shifts.
Oh geez, no.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm not even. close.
So
Yeah.
you, how many over? You got +1 over.
1 over,
So
yeah.
he takes 1 level of stress.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So that means dun dun dun. You're done with your action. It's the next round
What did Tulane just see?
that I just marked off a little
Yeah.
box.
All right.
Wonk wonk wonk. You get to pick who goes first in the next round, and it can be yourself.
No. Celia needs to go next.
Okay.
She's gonna rush to my aid.
Yes.
Literally.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
Literally.
selfishly picking Celia.
Yes.
So you're galloping already.
Mm-hmm.
You're coming from one place to another. This is perfectly set up for you to hit the broadside of a barn.
Absolutely.
So
Tip him onto his back. He can't do
I think
anything.
he's calling your friend fat.
Well, he is. I mean,
He is
lazy.
He's let himself go.
Let
on
clearly
his
himself
desk
go
job.
with his desk job.
clearly
he was a
3
6-sided,
grams.
and now he's an 8.
Yeah. So I'm going to use my knockout charge.
Okay, cool. So give me the points for your extra, and you're going to use fight, I believe,
Yes.
right?
Because Surly has a charging knockout.
Yep.
So go ahead and give us a roll and see what your roll is.
Okay. That's terrible.
Oh.
That might be a reroll.
Bad roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what aspect? Oh, your cinder is your obsession.
Yes.
So you
Yeah.
could totally either re-roll if you have another thing you can pay another fate point for that, or get
that. I'll
a. Do you want a
re-roll.
+2 or re-roll?
Oh yeah, what was your total?
It was 4.
That's not bad.
Is it? Oh, okay.
No, that's
Oh,
not bad.
Even
So
with your, the minus.
Oh, with the -3 though? No, that's
Yeah.
a 1. Sorry.
that's
No,
a
you're
1.
right.
Yeah.
So you can have a 3. Remember, he's got a 3, so you're tied right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could go for the re-roll and hope that it goes better.
Well, he's the defender, so it'll go to him,
Go
right?
to-
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Uh-oh.
you could. Is there another aspect that you could use?
Yeah, her being my addiction.
Which you've used already.
Oh, okay.
Or
This
Hollow-
place is kind of the source of the justice
Yeah,
that
the false justice that murdered my father.
Or debt.
Or
you
Hall
owe
of
debt.
Records hired sword. You know your way around. You know how to get just the right.
Yeah.
Does that
Location.
work?
Yeah,
But
that
doesn't
works.
mean doesn't like because he's part of the Hall of Records? Like I'm supposed to like defend him?
But he does.
No.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
you're
like the smart kid
hired.
who's talking myself into all
Oh,
the
yeah.
wrong answers
But
on
that's
multiple
another
choice
thing
tests.
is he totally wouldn't expect you to be attacking him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true.
But you have to pay another fate point to do that.
Yeah.
Because we've all been waiting
Yes.
for you to do this.
Yes.
So that puts you to 5 attacks.
So 5. Okay, so then I don't have to re-roll, right?
No,
do I start-
no,
okay.
you don't have to re-roll.
Okay.
If
Oh,
you
okay,
can pick
yeah,
to just take
yeah.
the +2s. With fate,
Yeah.
almost always
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bonuses because the dice are not nice to people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
So explain in all your great glory what happens.
So I'm like galloping full speed into the room, and I like see what's happening, and I hit the brakes, and it's a slick marble floor. So what I actually do is I like slide with the momentum, and I like put my head down and just like bash this thing even far, like it was because it was stuck in the wall, right?
Right.
And with the,
Well, just the club.
just the club. Okay.
But you're just hitting one of, like, it's straight in its face or something, right? Or
yeah,
something.
but that means it's next to the wall.
It's close to the wall.
Yeah, so that means I can like sandwich it
into the
between
wall.
me and the
Oh,
hard
okay, so
wall.
you're not trying to go this way, you're trying to hit it into the wall. I like that. 'Cause it's not a wall.
I think
it's
I'm
a
picturing
file
it differently, but oh, is it?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well.
This
I
is
love
good.
it. I
Okay.
love it.
It's
Yeah.
going to be
Domino
fun.
style.
Yeah, so there's like rock in a hard place.
Yeah.
Hard place being my head.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
You,
Full speed.
okay, and then you get a +4
Mm-hmm.
on top of your, so how many shifts is that you do to it? Because you get a +4 and you were at 4. So that's 8 altogether.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right?
Oh, right, yeah.
Right? And so it
a
has a
lot.
3.
Uh-huh.
So that's 5 over. That's with style. So that means that you,
I'll say.
I do the best head rounding with style.
Yes.
so that's that's 4 stress and then a consequence. And so like, we're going to say the consequence is broken gears because he doesn't have a rib cage. It doesn't have a rib cage.
Oh.
Broken gears. Okay. So you like hit this thing.
Talk about being bent out of shape.
Sympathy
Right.
for his
But
pain.
here's the fun part. You hit it into the wall really hard, and it hits and rocks back, and the entire thing starts to fall backwards with you on top of it.
Yes.
Not the way you wanted it to fall.
Oh,
Yeah, the opposite way.
The other way.
I can fix that.
So,
I can overcome.
Powerful, not strategic.
Right.
so
Little too much. Little too much.
it slams in, and suddenly you find yourself falling into the next, like the domino
Yeah.
effect, falling into the next set. and all of these alarms start going off because you've taken it out of it and it's falling down and everything. You hear all this banging and stuff. I shouldn't say alarms, but just loud noise.
Oh, okay.
How are you going to deal with, like, you're falling? What you need to overcome? This is an action thing.
Yeah. Well, I am up at the top of the file shelves, so I am like the bad burglar would try to get down. The good burglar knows
get
to
on
go
up.
up. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to
Run
use
across
the
them
momentum.
as they fall?
Yes,
Excellent.
and use the momentum to get up into the rafters where
So
I can.
when the bookshelf goes low,
I go high.
You go.
You go high.
Wah, wah.
So, what skill are you going to use to do that?
so-
Athletics probably would be it. Would be my guess. But is there something else?
Well, I mean, I
Don't have athletics, so I'm going to come up with something else.
I do have athletics, but only at a plus
But you
one.
also have
But-
the I can.
Yes, I have always a way out, so I get a +2 on burglary rolls made to create an advantage when I'm trying to escape from a location.
Well, I think that definitely
I'm
does.
trying
Now
to
you'll have
escape.
to pay a fate to
Yes.
use that stunt.
Okay,
Okay.
but that gives me a +6
Whoa, whoa.
to get
All right.
out of all this.
Don't get cocky. Trust me. +6 can easily turn into 2.
oh no, this is definitely gonna
Oh,
work.
wait! Before you do this,
Oh, no.
let me tell you what you're gonna. We're getting close to the end of the night,
Yeah.
and this
yeah.
is a
Oh, is
pretty
it?
big thing.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean we've got 45 minutes,
Yeah,
but this is a pretty big thing.
So it's
In
time
GM
to
terms, it's pretty
escalate.
close.
Right? Yeah.
Uh,
We
well,
still
you
have a
to
good
time.
30 minutes of asshole, smart-ass comments.
Yeah,
so,
that's true.
Yeah. So,
I'm going to say that this you're going to have to be superb on this, which is a +5.
okay.
Superb.
But that's all right. You have a big +6, and there's nothing
Yeah.
that could go wrong.
There's
This
nothing
is
that could
definitely
go
gonna
wrong.
work.
phrasing.
This is a thing I do.
You got a big +6.
Yeah.
See how you roll.
That's what I've heard.
It's a plus. Oh
See what I said?
That's a 5.
No.
It's a 5. It's a 5.
No, that puts me at 4 total because I had
No, you have 6.
-1.
I had 6 minus
This was
1 is a 5,
Simple
which is what I
math.
needed. Right? This math is too
Yeah,
simple.
math for the win.
I'm sorry. Adding up pluses and minuses to get 1 is very
This
difficult.
is really hard, people.
In my day, we did THACO.
That's right. yeah.
You people.
No.
I know how to calculate THACO, but you
You
give me
have
like 2
negative
minuses
3
and a
armor
plus.
class.
I'm like, wait, if the
You're
if the minus
7th
is
level druid.
directly perpendicular to me, is that a 1? I don't know.
And don't even get me started on the hero system.
Oh.
All right.
Okay. Okay, so I
you
got a 5.
right at 5.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so explain
Yes.
the awesomeness of what you're doing.
So I run across the top of these domino falling shelves as they go, and I make a flying leap right at the end up onto a banister for the balcony observation.
Nice.
Okay.
Observation balcony.
People come to look at the files.
Yes, yeah. It's the supervisor's balcony,
Sure.
and then I use that to make a flying leap up into the rafters, so that I can move along the rafters out of sight of everyone.
Okay.
And I'm
Well, that might be a little like if you had succeeded with style.
I
would
didn't
totally
succeed with
say
style.
yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
But I like it. I think
Okay.
that
Style.
I think when you get across, you jump to the
Yeah.
banister, and that's where
That's
we'll
where
end
we
you.
end. Okay, all right.
And then if the next round you want to try to get up to the rafters
Yes.
without being seen, because now every fucker in this building is coming to this room.
Well,
true,
oh, they
yeah.
heard that?
Yeah. Who knew large metals, cases going over?
yeah.
I have a question about that.
Go ahead.
If I wanted to say something was happening because all the files were falling over, does that need to happen on my turn, or can I?
Well, what thing did you want to
Well, I
add
was
into
thinking
the?
a bunch of the fires I started are
Oh, we'll
spilling
get to
out of their
that.
boxes.
Yeah, I already
Oh,
I
okay,
had that
great.
in mind.
So I don't have to do anything.
Technically, I was charging in to help and I slipped.
All right.
So hopefully I keep my
And then
page.
the unfortunate after effect is
Yeah.
like all goats when something startling happened, she just froze and fell
Passed
over.
out.
Oh Oh shit, we're gonna have to wait.
Shit.
Wake up! Wake up!
So who hasn't gone Rylus and GM?
I have not. Well, yeah. Who? That was
I went.
So, you
Yes. Yeah,
He
it
wins.
started with. Okay, so you haven't gone either this round?
win. These two
No.
have not gone, and I have not.
Wait,
Okay.
didn't
Wait,
I
I
blasted him in the face.
Oh yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
that was okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then you
That
went.
was-
Then I went.
And then
So it's
you-
Rylus.
Rylus and GM.
Yes.
That
And
your
GM.
blast was the last round. wasn't
No.
it?
No, it was
Okay,
because
all right.
he passed it to me.
Okay, let's do GM so then you can still react and
Yeah,
then we
and
can
close us
control who
out.
goes the next round.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Although I can always control who goes first the next round.
Yes.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah. If you want to use your
Superpower.
Oh
your
yeah, that's
superpower.
right. You have control.
That's right.
Okay, all right then.
I see how everything
in that
works.
case, let's let you go first, and then
Let me go next, you mean?
let
Yeah.
you go next.
And then
And
do
then the
him.
GM, and
Yes.
then you'll take
And
control potentially if we need
Steal
to.
If you
control
need
from
to.
the GM.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you may steal. Don't do that. It's frightening.
Sadly, this is how I wink.
Oh. So
I also can't whistle. Let's just make fun of me for a while.
let's. All right. So, do you want to go first, or are you? How are you doing this?
You're going,
it.
and then I'm going, and then.
Then
Wait,
we're-
no.
No,
I'm
you're
going,
going
then you're
now.
going, then I'm seizing control back from you.
Yes.
Okay.
If I have to.
Yes.
Oh, I'm
Right.
going. I'm
Actually,
going.
actually,
I'm going.
the way that it works is, you. Let's say we were starting.
Let's say that.
You could go first.
I could, and then I could, or I could choose who goes first.
Or you choose who goes first, but in this situation, if you go,
Then
and
you
then,
go.
and then you're not then the very
I go,
first
and
next.
then you
okay,
go, and then in
'Cause
the next round,
I
control.
understand now.
'Cause
My
this-
brain
yeah.
not working.
The strategy would have been like, let's let the GM go next, so Rylus can go last and control who goes
Right?
first next
no,
round.
totally understand.
But
yeah,
we don't
I
need
was,
to do
I was
that.
slow on the uptake.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Very slow.
Yeah.
Here is what I do on my turn.
Okay.
I am kung 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 along behind. I realize that the things are falling. This looks like great fun. The world. There is order and chaos, so I turn to the next row of shelves and push them over for no apparent reason. Chaos.
Helping.
Yeah. I love it.
Let's not make you roll for that. Let's just let that happen.
That just happens.
So, so another, horrible crashing sound
Yeah.
reverberates through the stone hallway.
Bluey.
Now, it's
This
my
chaos
turn.
feels
Yes.
good to me.
So this thing is kind of laying down on its back because
And
its
it's
face
stuck there
is
forever.
like this, and
Except that.
it it like moves to prop itself back up, and it gets back up off the ground. And why it's doing that, it's going to force itself over and just try to hit you with its hand, right? But it didn't realize that you froze and fell over, so.
Yeah.
I really think they need to put that in the D&D.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So racial weakness.
Save against freezing. All right. 0, so +3. So I'm just doing a straight up fight. I'm not using my other 3 aspects right now, so you just have to beat a 3 with your defense.
Okay, with my defense.
Yeah.
Can I use my goat-like skills to leap
You
over
can,
the?
do you have
thing?
acrobatics or
No, yeah, I have athletics
athletics? We can use
and
athletics.
physique.
Okay.
Which one's better?
Whichever
Well,
one's higher.
okay,
Well, if
physique.
you defend with fight, your fight.
Oh,
is
am I allowed to defend
a
with
lot?
fight?
Isn't
Isn't it an offensive?
I think that's offensive.
offensive.
Oh,
Okay.
is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So physique would be what I would be able
Right,
to
yeah.
my goat-like
Boing.
straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a gazelle.
Like they do.
Gazelle-like in fact. yes.
Gazelle-like.
So
I know. It's,
So
every person that
Yeah.
starts playing this game is like, oh, these dice.
They suck.
Yeah, it's,
no, yeah,
it's
so
tough.
2.
So 2. So you take what do you want to?
Yeah.
What do you want to? What are you?
What am I don't know. I keep wanting to use those as bennies, and I don't
know, right?
remember.
Yeah.
You can
So-
So
It's
I'm
just
going to
2
use my
Well, you are a hired sword, so you know how to fight and defend yourself.
Yes.
So we could say that.
Cool. That's easy. Yeah,
Cool.
I like that.
All right. So I have now gone. It is now my turn to go again.
No, it's not.
Nice.
I was wondering.
Yes.
I steal control
Okay. So
to make myself go first
Yes.
go for it.
because I enjoyed so much pushing Ned over.
Okay.
I'm going to run over to where the other Modron is and push him over.
So you're slamming into him. So give me a fight roll.
Fighting is my jam.
Yeah. It is fun
so
to push
great.
things over.
This is like a car crash.
I'm laughing
Yeah.
as I do this.
I
Ha,
almost
ha.
made a case
Oh.
that wasn't in the bin.
Ha,
Still there.
ha,
It's
Zero.
zero.
ha.
0.
Four.
So you have 4. He's got a 3 defense. So you hit him. Do you want to do any extra damage? Because
Yes.
if you spend an aspect, you get more shifts.
He's a little
The
teapot.
world must not fall to order, and he is order.
The world must not fall to order.
Okay. So that gives you another +2. Is there anything else?
Are you trying to take all of my chips?
May
No,
or may
Mr.
not
Bond.
Be.
Just expect you to die.
At last, a GM who's honest.
Yes.
I almost made a case for wanting to play the Modron, and I'm so glad I didn't. This was the best possible
Trust me.
outcome.
Last night, in the D&D game that we play, Talene plays basically Snow White, but as a psychotic druid,
Oh, awesome.
trying to win her kingdom back.
Nice.
But last night, she had to turn into a giant toad to talk to the frog people and make sure they had an orgy so we could kill their king and steal his codpiece. It's a whole thing.
It's a
but
thing.
It's a
It's
thing.
your game. We're not
But
surprised.
right. But the point
My
is,
surprised face.
right? Yeah. Well, I'm not running it.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
shocked.
No,
But
I'm
you're in it.
I'm playing in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a player.
Was the orgy your idea?
No.
Now that is my surprised face.
Yeah, I know, right?
What is even happening?
Anyway,
back to
we'll
the
talk
skit.
about that later.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, last night I got to hear Talene alternate between Snow White voice and
Toad
giant toad voice. So this is
Here's what has happened.
Are you paying more aspects?
So
to do
wait,
more?
now how many more am I up? What is my math here?
Oh shit!
You're up by one.
I was thinking
I'm
about
up.
frogs
No,
fucking.
I got.
Frog orgies.
It was my
you.
successful perception check
The best part.
perceived the frog.
it's true, the frog cloaca.
The best thing
Right.
would be that frogs can change gender.
Yeah.
Oh
So it'd be
yeah,
amazing.
Right?
Sorry, continue.
Yeah.
Right in the cloaca.
What's,
Tadpoles get the most tail.
Yeah.
I rolled a
You're
1
officially part of Happy
Roll
Tracks.
an Next one.
I can hold that one.
Why did I
Yes.
take my roll back?
You're up
I
by
rolled a
one
0,
right now.
and
It's
then
4
I had a
to 3.
4, and then I did this thing, and that was 2.
That was 2.
Yeah, so
And
it's
I was
6 to 3
6.
right now.
6 to 3.
Three.
3 up is
Is with style, but the more that you do, the more damage. Like the more points, aspects. This is your damage. The shifts are your
Okay.
damage. So it's up to you.
I can spend one of these to activate one of these.
What do you mean? Not your skills? No,
No.
no.
Can I use it to use my specialist mechanics that I know are the anatomy of myself?
Yeah.
Sure.
Self-exploration?
Sure, and we can say that's an extra +2 on top of this. Oh, well, no, this is the stun. So this gets you another +2. That puts you at what, a +5?
Yeah.
I will say, I will hold. But also I would like to describe what I am doing to him on the internals.
Okay, go for it.
I
What
have-
are you doing to it on its internals?
We have particularly sensitive areas. I have targeted.
Is it called the crotch?
It would on a
faceplate?
soft thing. It would be a crotch, but on us, it's like
The
it writes-
motherboard.
It's
The base plate.
the mother. It's not just the mother. It's the screws that hold the motherboard into place,
yes.
which are delicate because the silicone. Whatever. You don't understand. Snap. bam, kablooey, all kinds of trouble.
Oh my God.
So-
I've had this happen. It's very painful and disorienting.
Okay, so it can't take a
Kaboom!
You slam into it, and you just hear like crumpling metal, and a horrible squealing sound for some reason.
Pull your life together, Jason. Okay.
And so you do 5 shifts worth of damage.
So much damage.
Oh.
Sorry, friend. Chaos.
Now, it does not have stress of 4,
Huh.
right?
Uh-huh.
So that means it goes to consequences. It's already got 1 mild consequence, so it can't take anything for that. It's got 5. That means it's got to go to the 6 because you can't do 4. You have to bump up to the 6. I know that might. I know that's.
This is confusing. Describe
that's
the damage.
confusing.
You tell us what happens.
So it's
So
major.
bad.
Basically, it's major. So
I would think so.
Is it now as confused as I am?
what kind of horrible thing? Like, does it have a cracked engine block or what? What?
Not cars.
What kind of damage? do
That
you
was
want to do?
Mechanist.
That was
Total,
mechanist.
yeah.
The damage is
I'm going to start my Prius. It's going to say, "Fuck you, I know what you said." I'm taking you anywhere.
the damage is that it is now confused about its objective.
Okay, so it's confused.
It now
So as an aspect, how would you say that? Cracked thought paths?
thought forward
Logic loop.
Logic
Oh,
loop. Yeah,
yes.
that's a good one. So it has logic loop. It's
And now if you ask it what rhymes with orange, it gets stuck forever.
okay. So that's the end of your turn. You've just done a ton of damage to this thing.
I love the idea that you just ran up and didn't hit it. You just ran up and said, "What rhymes with orange?" Like,
Orange. Orange isn't a word. No. Anyway, who do you want to pick next?
Next, I will pick
Your friend?
my friend, or is he my target?
Your friend. He's totally your friend.
Canton.
He's absolutely your friend.
Cantonese. Cantonese food is full of carbs.
You're really
Which are
hungry.
good for you. I'm your friend.
Cards.
I am very hungry,
Ketosis is a
but
motherfucker.
also mentally clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Ketosis.
So you're up on the banister. You're looking down and you're seeing all of these 2 rows because
Yeah.
it knocked over a bunch.
Yeah.
So you're seeing 2 rows of these files, and there's, let's say, 10 of them all the way back, and they're 8-10 feet high. So there's all of this metal strewn everywhere, and you see people. Underneath you is the door because it's the banister and the whole sitting reading area where they go over files.
Mm-hmm.
So below you can hear people starting to come through the door, okay? Because they're responding to the fact that there's all this stuff going on. Also, you see little bits of smoke coming up from the further boxes.
Bow chicka bow
and
wow.
you hear a disco beat.
So not only a murder
Burn,
box,
baby, burn.
not only a murder box, but a hot box.
Yes.
Happened. So you see all this smoke start coming up, little towers of mist of smoke and ash are starting to make their way.
Okay, I know how I can get out.
Of course you do.
'Cause I always know
Yes.
the way out. But I am self-absorbed, but I also have a big heart for these 3.
And life is too short to be cautious.
It's true.
Yes. So
I
what uncautious thing are you about to
What
do?
could go wrong?
I have to get them out,
Okay.
and I'm having trouble figuring out what the best way to do that is.
Well,
How can I
if you
help
guys
you
want to
guys?
help
Yeah.
him out with an idea of How?
You would
Is it-
know. You work here.
I do work here.
Yeah. So.
She says with some confidence.
Yeah. Maybe.
And tequila.
Yes.
Can
Is there a-
I see
I
where
haven't
the
had enough
people are
tequila yet.
running
I
in
know.
from?
Huh?
Takes a
Can I
lot
see
of
where the
tequila.
people are running
Well,
in
they're
from?
running in below you from the main lobby.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
So
So.
okay, sorry, what is the name of their species again?
Aldron.
Malt. Yes, they look exactly
Maldron.
alike to most other people, right?
Right. Because they're all built the same.
Mm-hmm. So, do we have a moment to like say something?
Yeah, you guys. I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what if we pose this Modron as the
I
one
have
that
a
was?
name.
Oh.
No, I'm pointing at the other one. This Modron.
It had a name.
I don't know what it was.
I don't either.
As the one that was delivered and was faulty, and our good friend takes the place of the Modron that has been working here for some time.
That is a brilliant idea. I'm actually like up at the like
Oh, okay, I'm
balcony
shouting.
area. So, but
But not like super.
I figured this is
you
out of
give-
character.
Okay. Oh.
yeah, you give me.
Oh, I feel like
yeah.
that. No, because
Or-
that's cheating. We can't do that.
No metagame.
Yeah, we
No
can't do
metagaming. Okay.
No.
Okay, I
But-
take
Well,
back
question-
everything I
But
said.
I-
If we're
All right.
metagaming.
But I feel like you and I have been like
Hold on.
We've
I have
known
the
each other's-
solution.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I tell you that if you're next to me then instead?
We say
Because
loudly.
he's in a total different zone.
Right,
Oh,
right.
okay,
Why
sorry.
don't you
the
just say?
imposter Modron is dead.
Yeah, there you go.
Loudly.
Boom.
yeah,
So you tell him that,
yeah.
Yes.
her that, and
Yeah.
she does. She
Yes.
says that.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
You
And
go ahead.
go ahead.
No.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Surly and I have known each other for so long, and we've played all kinds of like pranks and little deceptions and stuff like that since childhood. So like, I hear you say that out. You guys say that out loud, and I know exactly what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I am going to, because life is too short for caution. I'm going to fall onto the people down below,
Okay.
and to sell the deception.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I'm going to. This is what I'm hoping will happen: is I will fall down on top of them, using them to break my fall. And then I'll be like,
Nice.
Be like, I saw the whole thing from above. That new Modron just went rogue. And
Oh, I was hoping we were going to get a Wilhelm on the way down.
Will.
A Wilhelm scream.
It's the scream
It's a
from the
thing.
1950s that's
It's
been
like
in like
in
tons of movies.
every
Oh, that
falling
scream.
person.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
It's in
Okay,
every
yes.
single Star Wars
I thought
movie.
you were
yeah.
going to pretend that the Modron had thrown you, and
Oh,
that you
no.
hit the wall, and then you tumbled down.
Ah. Yeah.
But you can't now. It wasn't your idea. No metagaming.
So you're falling down on the people.
Yes, yeah.
You're yelling.
I'm so
yeah,
strict about
yeah.
that.
No, that makes sense.
No, yeah,
I
like
was
that
being
too.
a little too
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, loosey goosey for our
Yeah.
strict
Yeah.
style around
I
here.
don't know if you've
Yeah.
seen our Happy Jacks games, but we're very strict.
We're
on
very.
rules.
Yeah, I've seen.
We're very
seen
strict
how-
about being in character when we talk to each
Yes.
other. Like
Yes.
that is one of
That's
the things.
true.
Like
Yeah.
we do try and like
Yes.
it's
All
a
right.
thing.
So,
And
yeah.
beer.
So
who's the last person to go, by the way? 'Cause-
Well,
it was.
I went, and then I
She
passed
picked
it to
Adam.
him.
Yes.
and now it's your turn.
Yes.
and Adam's
so
turn
that's
has taken an hour and a half.
as usual.
So you're dropping down on these people, or are you going to hold and pick someone else to go? Or are you just going to randomly drop out of the sky?
Well, yeah, I was just gonna like fall down on top of them.
Okay,
and,
cool.
And then start like
So how do you-
rambling this story.
You're going to fall with style. How
Yes.
exactly do you fall? I guess.
Athletics.
Yeah, let's do athletics. So you're
'Cause you
just
just-
dropping. I'm going to say +2
Okay.
because you're
all right.
just dropping straight down.
And
He's
does that?
falling like to the side
Yeah.
Yeah.
and posing and like
Right.
flexing as he
Yeah.
falls.
A lot of abs.
Vest is flapping over.
His
Yeah,
abs
yeah.
have abs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you compelled my life is too short for caution,
Yes.
which is why I'm doing
Doing
this
this.
really
Yeah.
bad idea.
Yeah.
So
right.
does that mechanically change?
No, it
Okay.
just makes you do something stupid.
Okay, so I'm just using my +1 athletics.
Right.
Okay. All right.
Whoa.
Yes,
Oh.
Nice.
That's a good roll.
3. Nice.
So you land on these people, Probably the person that you were. Let's say the person you were flirting with.
Yes, yeah.
Wham!
Yeah.
Sorry, so I slap.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, and I just grab onto him and I'm like, the Modron threw me. It went rogue and the other one smashed it and this is just terrible. I saw the whole thing.
Now-
Is concussed.
Can we
like-
just, for story, because it's gonna take a little while to
Yes,
get back to you.
yeah.
Let's just say that you James Bonded it, and you
Yeah.
know it's like we're panning away from
Yeah.
you guys, like, oh hey, how's everything
my.
going? And
Yeah.
just let them
Yeah.
figure out what's going on later.
Yes. Yeah.
Terribly sorry I landed on you.
Yeah.
How are you?
But then there's
Ooh.
but
Are
then
you
you flirt
okay?
with somebody.
Yes. Here, let me touch you. Make sure you're all pieced together.
Right?
There.
Are these your abs?
Yes.
These are wonderful.
1,
Yeah.
2,
Let's
3,
meet
4,
later.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Count
All
them to
there.
be sure. All
Right.
there. Right.
All 17.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
We don't know tiefling biology.
That's right. That's right. Tiefling have 8 abs. Everybody knows this.
or a dozen.
right.
Like,
Actually,
They're
an odd
Baker
number.
dozen.
yeah, 13 would
yeah,
be better.
13 abs.
So who do
Yeah.
you pick?
That
to go
actually
next?
makes a lot of sense with tieflings. I am torn between GM and Cinder.
I got a
Okay.
good move.
Okay, I'll go with Cinder.
Okay.
So as all this like smoke starting to billow and the fires are starting to go, take a deep breath. Like smoke goes in my nose, like, and as I'm breathing out smoke, Celia, you better run. And I start.
How can I not?
Oh wow!
How can I not remember that that's there?
That's okay. It's a thing. A lot of people
I'm the
forget
worst.
it's there.
And,
I'm
like
trying to be subtle too.
weekly that happens.
Good.
A little bit more. No, yeah, it's fine there. There you go. A little bit twisty a little more. There you go. Better.
Okay.
Little
Sorry for listeners.
There,
It's a
there,
podcast or it's
All right.
a camera thing.
Yep.
There we go.
Close enough. Good enough.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Okay. So.
To be honest, I would have done the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right.
It happens. Yeah, it's not
Regularly.
Yeah.
That's a normal thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You,
what is your plan, and then we'll figure out how mechanically to make it happen.
my plan is to tell Celia to run for it, and then use whatever manipulation of fire ability I have to encourage all of these fires into a roaring inferno.
So you want to just bring this fire up as much as
Yeah,
possible.
I was counting on it going off later, but later is now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, definitely.
it is time. So, and that may even like I might kick over a couple boxes so they're actually open, and then
Right.
just like whatever ability I have to move these
Your
flames.
best ability is going to be just shooting fire bolts at different boxes to make
Sure.
them explode into whatever.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you. I'm not going to make you spend a point though for it because
Okay.
you're doing your own thing. You're not
Yeah.
fighting anybody.
And I will
So
set fire to the system.
You start doing that.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to say though. You're setting fire to the system. I'm going to say that you're doing it manically though. You're like in a thing. So maybe you're not watching what's going on around you.
I think that seems fair.
All right, there you go. So who do you want to pick to go next?
Kimmy, because the one thing that Cinder's aware of is Celia's safety at this
Yes.
point. So that.
I don't know if I would leave you.
Well, that's the truth.
No.
She said to leave her.
Yeah.
You do feel like you
Yeah,
addiction. Now
I'm
you don't
probably-
have to take that.
No,
you
I
can
know.
pay.
But I think that was my first instinct anyway. Is like, no, she's going to need to get out of here fast, and the
Okay.
fastest way for her to get out of here. Although, can she? I guess I don't know if either one of you know. Can she be hurt by fire, or is she
I don't know
absolutely
the
immune
answer
to
to
fire?
Um,
Would I know? I guess.
I think that if you're a Ganassi, I didn't really go through what it would be for fate, but I'm going to say no. You can't really
Yeah.
get. I mean, magical fire, yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But
like fireball. Or
Fireball or something hits you, but not.
Okay,
not
so
just
I wouldn't
mundane.
be at all concerned that she would lose it and
No.
hurt herself. Okay,
Your
then
only,
I might.
Your only concern is if she gets caught.
Okay.
But it's up to you if you don't want to take
Okay,
it.
I don't think that I would stick around if I knew she would be fine.
Right. Okay.
Like I was going to stick around
That
to make sure she
totally
didn't
makes
hurt
sense.
herself. But if there's no way she can hurt herself here,
right.
other things falling on
Yeah,
her.
I just thought of that too. I'm like, although she does enough damage, something might land on her. Okay, give it back.
that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am the kid who keeps talking themselves into the different answers on the test.
But I had this beautiful visual of Cinder just like launching these firebolts everywhere.
All
like
this paper going up in the air,
the
fire,
cinders
and ash.
flying all around her. Firefight!
Yeah.
And then like Surlia is just desperately like, Cinder, no, we got to get out of here. Just like try. It's like this Tinder moment.
Yeah.
And Surlia.
Cinder will have to be bodily removed
Yeah,
from the situation.
Uh,
So.
And then right as like a rafter starts to collapse
Yeah.
on top of
Yeah.
her, Surlia just leaps through.
That was kind of the thought I was. That was what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
What did I miss?
Everything. It was sorry. Yeah.
I better
The story's
go home.
over, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you died.
Yeah. Cinder's,
No, just kidding.
Cinder is setting everything on fire and told Surlia to run for it.
Yeah.
But Surlia is apparently not going to listen.
No.
To it.
Well, and remember, you've got
Yeah, and it's also here too. So I'm gonna go over, like she's like shooting flame everywhere, and I'm just gonna like kind of put my hand on her shoulder, and then I'm gonna reach down into her pocket and pull out her flask
okay.
and like open the flask, but not put it in the flame, but just like
Oh shit!
Yeah. we should probably go before this place comes down on top of us.
I don't think I need that where I'm going.
Well, if we're going to take down the harmonium together, we're both going to need to survive this. And the flames won't hurt you, but the ceiling in just a moment will, my friend.
Oh, that's a really good argument.
And option 2 is
Oh.
700-pound Modron picks her up and just takes her with you.
There's that.
It's hard to fight
Plan B.
my
Plan
ability
B.
to persuade
Yes.
physically. Ask that one. What does rhymes with orange?
Sponge.
Orange.
Yeah.
Orange.
Sponge.
That is a slant rhyme. I would like a hard rhyme.
You weren't specific.
I would have assumed.
So wait.
So,
3 teachers in the room. I
Yeah.
think that's amazing that we
A
got to
former
that.
teacher.
Yeah.
Quite,
Yeah.
quite frankly, as college professor, I trumped them all.
Oh, damn.
That is in fact what college professors think.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
For a while, technically, I was an administrator and principal, so
Wow.
just because I got lazy and went back to the classroom.
I was a college professor who chose to make money.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't do that anymore.
Make money?
Yeah.
I chose to have self-respect
Yeah. Yes.
and not rage out at somebody anymore.
Yeah.
Also, I had a semester where 2 students threatened me physically.
Oh
Oh my God.
I love how she's still like in character. It's like robotic.
So how do you respond to this?
Cinder grabs the flask, which starts to steam in her
Right.
hand at this point.
Nothing better than hot liquor.
Yeah. And she said, okay, let's get out of here.
So you guys escape out a side door, and we're gonna say
With
for
our Modron.
yeah,
friend,
the 3 of you.
Oh,
right?
the
I mean,
three
we're
of
all
you.
going together.
Yeah.
I thought.
let's
Yeah.
hang out. We are friends.
Yeah.
So
Are we still pretending that I'm the other Modron?
No.
no,
What? Why did we give up on that? I was practicing his accent.
which is just slightly.
Are you
different.
not doing it now?
No, this was him.
So
I
let's
am a Modron.
let's wrap up what happens in the end. And you guys, if you want to change any detail at all, please do.
Okay.
We're saying that you guys run out, and as you're running out, these large beams start to fall down. There's
Oh,
paper
no.
everywhere. You've burnt this entire level of the Hall of Records, which I think is a big win.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
you take down. The building will soon, collapse in on itself as all of this fire and chaos is happening. You help your friend up,
Yeah.
and you both make your way out through the front. And
And he's
Bonus,
Yeah.
he doesn't have to go to work tomorrow.
That's
Yeah.
right, yeah. He keeps telling people like, "Oh yeah, they brought in this new Modron and it went crazy." And
maybe like the final scene is you guys walking together with the with whatever light source and sigil there is. You're walking into the light source towards whatever bar you're going to go to
Yeah.
have a nice evening together.
Yeah.
And that kind of closes our.
Wait.
and
But isn't it the
I-
bar where he's going to meet his new boyfriend?
It's the same person.
It's the same person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's who I fell on.
He fell on the lobby guy.
Yeah, yeah.
I
it's my
missed
boyfriend.
everything.
You totally did.
sorry.
One trip
Yeah,
to the
I felt like
I was
bathroom.
gone for like
Yeah.
2
Go ahead.
minutes.
So we're walking away, and he's telling people about this, and you see me like check my satchel, and there's all the papers on Zindara,
Right.
and
And then it just it goes down to the Zindara's name and then goes out and,
Yes.
and we're done with the game.
Awesome.
Wow.
So thank you guys so much. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys
Yeah.
had
Yeah,
fun.
absolutely.
yeah.
That was a hit.
And if you guys ever decide that you want to do another one shot of this particular game, we can do it.
Awesome.
Um,
Yes. Awesome.
I
Yeah.
know, yeah. I like these characters a lot.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Are these original characters? Did you
Yeah,
come
these
up
are all
with these?
original. Yeah,
that's
everything
Yeah.
everything's original. I just wanted to. I really enjoy the setting,
Yeah.
but like I said, I wanted to do something different than the 5e mechanics would
Right.
kind of allow. I hope as newbies you guys liked Fate. It takes a little bit to kind of get used to because you have to think about, okay, how am I going to invoke? How am I going to compel?
Yeah.
How do all this works? But you guys did really well.
I feel like it's way easier to figure this out and start to realize what I can do and how to make it work
Yes.
than most other games. Even
Well,
PBTA, which I love.
This and Apocalypse World
Yeah.
are my two favorites for streams because they are very
Yeah.
not just simple, but they're story driven.
Yeah.
I think that
I like the Star Wars dice mechanic.
that's
It is
cool.
a narrative dice mechanic.
Do I have to stop that?
You can stop that.
I
if
don't
you
want to.
You-
Oh, you can.
All the way
This
home.
is how I will talk forever.
I mean, unless you want to go back to Toad Princess.
I broke Tilleen with a character.
Was fun.
You did.
Yes.
But an awesome character.
Yes,
Yeah.
I like a lot of different. I mean,
Yeah.
I do a lot of Call of Cthulhu and GURPS. Mook and I you guys know Mook, right? So we're always talking about GURPS and all that. GURPS.
I wonder if
sound of a frog
Bjorg
orgy.
plays GURPS.
But I
Sorry,
honestly
sound
think those
frog
kind of games are for
GURPS.
one shots are not
Yeah.
like if you're doing a
Right.
series
Yeah.
and you're like, hey, we're gonna do 10 shows of this.
Yeah.
That makes more
And
sense.
you make your characters off camera.
You make
Right,
the characters
yeah,
off camera because GURPS characters can take.
Yeah.
All right, I've got a point third edition or fourth, 0.5 or no.
Yeah.
So
Seriously.
you've got to figure out how that's going. But anyway, I
Yeah.
really appreciate the opportunity to come in and play. I hope you guys I hope you guys had fun.
Oh, absolutely.
And
great, yeah.
have a good night.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys so much for joining us for One Shot Saturday. We're going to be trying to do these once a month. We'll probably be skipping February because we'll be doing Strategicon in one of the weekends there. So we'll be doing our live broadcast from Strategicon like we always do. And super crazy fun will be had by all and probably won't remember it the next day. Not that that's ever happened to me at the podcast, though. Anyway, check out our schedule at happyjacks.org/schedule and see everything cool that we have coming up. If you haven't already, please follow. Thank you guys, podcast listeners. Check it out, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.
We're listeners of Happy Jack's RPG podcast. We get all our game news from douchebags galore. With reckless abandon, we pursue this hobby from Michigan to Australia and maybe East Timor.